commandments. Native Americans, Negroes, Hispanics. Keeping them laws is our strength and advantage. Your only two options is reaping or perish. Used to foot on the flight, now the eagle has landed. Christ coming back like a thief and a bandit. Keep mocking God, you gon' see like Titanic. We gotta stop by there speaking semantics. La Allah, 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 La Allah, 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 La Allah, 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 La Allah, 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 Allah. Let your yea be a yea, said our Hebrew Messiah. And your nay be a nay in the Hebrew la'ah. Keep the commandments and keep you alive. Read Matthew 5, man, we need to apply. Not part of this work of this kingdom is saved. Got watch from the world called it regeneration. No cars and no girls, I don't seek to be famous. Lucifer, doubted this week in the nation. My people destroyed, irresponsible, lacking in knowledge. Why? 2 Peter 2, be a dog to go back to his vomit. Overlook it, brother, man, that's really low down. 3:17, man, that's really profound. Say you won't smoke, and remember the smoke cloud. Open the earth with no cat to below ground. Wean off the bread, shit, we pullin' the scripture. Bring out the red, catch a bowl with a tip. Feed them John with a spoon, and you're losing your winsome. Israel be looking for views and attention. Like David and Jonathan, I hated my brother. 1 John chapter 3, that's equated to murder. That's like Cain with a show against Abel, his brother. Bro, I'm not being fake when I say that I love you. La Allah, 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 Allah. La Allah, 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 Allah. La Allah, 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 Allah. La Allah, 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 Allah.
They asked if I attend Sunday service like la. If you going off your own mind.
That's why the Bible says in Revelations 11, it said when you begin to wake up, great fear. When you stood up on your feet, the Bible said great fear fell upon them, upon all them that saw you. They scared.
Oh no, you gonna prepare to meet God. Give me Amos 9 and 10. You finna meet God. Yeah, you right, that's my God. He ain't your God. You don't know who you worship. You give me Amos 9 and 10. You give me John 4:22. Instead of Bishop rebuking up in here.
He deceived you long enough. He told you that Jesus is a white man and Jesus is a black man according to the Bible.
That's right.
Jesus looked just like you. Yeah, we ain't worrying about that either. Because we got guns too.
Shabbat Shalom. Oh, we got the title of the lesson today is You Got to Be Crazy. You got to be crazy. Man, the Most High gave us straight commandments, and he also gave us the punishment for it too. Even though we hear these commandments and we hear these judgments, guess what we still do? We go contrary to his law anyway. We still go backwards. We still want to do what we want to do, even though we see people getting judged. Give me 2 Ezra 7. Start at verse 20.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 20. For there be many that perish in this life.
He said, for there be many that perish in this life. What we see, y'all, we see a lot of people dying, perishing. Keep going.
Because they despise the law of God.
It said, because they despise the law of God. That's the reason why they die, because that's why they die, because they despise the law of the Most High. They hate God's law. Keep going.
That is set before them.
That is set before them. The law is right in front of them. That's how Israel is. They crazy. Matter of fact, Israel retarded. They is retarded. They hear the law. They hear the judgments. And guess what they do? They still go sin. They still do what they want to do. But it said, for there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of God. What?
The law of God that is set before them.
The law of God right in front of us right now. But guess what we're going to do? We're going to do what we want to do. Keep going.
Verse 21. For God had given straight commandment.
For God, what did he say?
For God had given straight commandment.
He said, for God had given straight commandment He gave us straight commandment. Keep going.
To such as came, that they should do to live.
Today, what?
That they should do to live.
So if you keeping the commandment, what y'all doing? Living. Keep going.
Even as they came in what they should observe to avoid punishment.
See, he give us the commandment so we can avoid punishment. But guess what we do, y'all? We dumb as hell. We crazy. Guess what we do? We hear all the judgment. We hear, man, death. Oh, man, Korah, he died. He got killed. And people see that, and guess what they do? They still do backward stuff. Now it give a straight commandment right now. Exodus 20. Exodus 20. Man, we crazy, y'all. We got to be crazy. We got to be crazy, y'all. Man, the Most High made examples out for us, and we still do stupid stuff. We hear the judgment, what he do. Man, I'm being honest with y'all. The Most High made an example for us. All of us know about it. Made an example out of a brother in the truth. Fornication. And guess what happened? Death. Do you think our people still got that? Nope. They still doing what they want to do. So many of our people gonna have to die, keep dying, because they don't get it. Give me Exodus 20, verse 3. Now let me ask you a question. Did Israel break all the commandments? Yeah, they did. They broke all the commandments. They broke all the commandments. They heard the judgment. They heard this. And guess what happened? Death. You think they learned from that? Nope. Read.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3. Thou shalt not have no other gods before me.
So this straight commandment right here, it said, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Keep going.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
He said, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. That's a commandment, straight commandment. Keep going.
Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven.
Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above. Keep going.
In heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath.
Or that is in the earth beneath. Keep going.
Or that is in the water under the earth.
Or that is in the water under the earth. Straight commandment. Keep going.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
Straight commandment. Straight commandment. We hearing this. We see this. We talk about it. We agree to it. He ain't make it complete. He ain't make it hard for us. That's why he say in 1 John 5:3, his commandment is not grievous. It's not hard. It's not hated. He's straightforward with us, y'all. It said, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them. What?
For I, the Lord thy God.
Read the latter part of the first part of the verse. Nor serve.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them.
Read it again.
Verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them.
Straight commandment right there, y'all. Straightforward. It's right in front of us, y'all. But do we get it? We do not get this right here. Keep going.
For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
He said he's a jealous God. We do not get that. We agree to it. We say, hallelujah, all that type of stuff. We do not get it because we agree to it. We honor with our lips. But guess what? We still go contrary with this straight commandment right here. Keep going.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers.
He telling what he gonna do. He said he visiting the iniquity of the fathers. Keep going.
Upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them.
It said, what did it say again?
Unto the children, upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Guess what? Straight commandment. He gave you the judgment out of that too. But go back to verse 3.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Did Israel get that? What is the judgment if you serve other gods? All right, give me Deuteronomy 8, 19. Read it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8 and verse 19. And it shall be, if thou do at all forget the Lord thy God.
So this is a judgment we finna read about if they forget the Most High serving other gods. Keep reading.
and walk after other gods.
It said walk out it said, and it shall be if thou do at all forget the Lord thy God and walk after other gods, keep going,
And serve them
and serve them
and worship them.
and worship them.
I testify against you this day.
He said he going what?
I testify against you this day
Keep going.
that ye shall surely perish.
What do you say right there?
That ye shall surely perish.
He said that ye shall surely perish if you serve other gods. Did Israel get that? They did not get that, man. Read verse 20.
Verse 20. As the nations which the Lord destroyed before your face.
He destroyed the nation for our sake, y'all. For front of our face. Keep going.
So shall ye perish.
That's not even enough. That's not even a. They didn't even get that part. He destroyed other nations in front of our face. They didn't even get that. They still went off. Bring it today. Our people doing the same thing. Brothers in fornication. They seen somebody got killed by fornication before, and guess what they do? They still go out there and fornicate again, like they ain't gonna be touched. It said, as the nation which the Lord destroyed before your face, so shall ye perish. Keep going.
Because ye will not be obedient unto the voice of the Lord your God.
You not hearken to the voice of the Lord. You not hearken to the straight commandment that the Most High gave us. You got to be crazy, retarded. You know what we got to do, y'all, for Israel? We probably got to make a CDC class in the Israelite camp. And they're going to be in their little office right here. They're going to be filled with brothers and sisters.
Hey, we ain't going to have a short bus. We're going to put them in a Prius. We put all special Israelite going in a Prius, man.
No, we're going to put that
CDC class.
We're going to put that in the wagon. What it said, before your face, so shall ye perish, because ye will not be obedient to the voice of the Lord your God. Did we get that? We've been reading this. We read this a lot. We read the law. But sometimes we forget that judgment. We agree all day. Reason why, because we think we won't be touched. Ecclesiastes 8. Let's get that right quick. Start at verse 11. All right, read it.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8 and verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
It said because a sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. They don't see their judgment quick, right? Keep going.
Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Because judgment ain't coming so quickly, y'all. Guess what? Their heart is set full of evil. They got an evil heart, the evil mind. I'm talking, they want to keep doing because the judgment ain't coming quickly. All right, let's go back. Deuteronomy 8. They just read verse 19 again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8 and verse 19. And it shall be, if thou do at all forget the Lord thy God, and walk after other gods, and serve them, and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish.
It said, ye shall surely perish. Ye shall surely perish. If you're walking after other gods, serving other gods, ye shall surely perish. Man, Israel knew this law. They knew the judgment. They knew what's going on. But guess what? Give me Exodus 32. Now, we're going to do a little reading on this one. But we're going to jump a little bit, too. Start at verse 1.
The book of Exodus, chapter 32 and verse 1. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount.
So he delayed to come down out of the mountain. Keep going.
The people gathered themselves together unto Aaron.
So the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron. Keep going.
And said unto him,
And
up.
said, what did he say?
And said unto him, up, make us gods.
He said, up. They commanded him, man. They said, man, get up, man. Make me a god. It said, up, make us gods. Keep going.
Which shall go before us.
Which should go before us. Keep going.
For as for this Moses.
Man, matter of fact, man, these folks so crazy. They talking to a leader. They talking to a leader. that the Most High set up. These folks said, up, make us gods. They commanded this man. Keep going.
For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt,
They said for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt. Keep going.
we want not what is become of him.
They said they don't know what become of him. This man Moses. For this Moses. Keep going.
Verse 2, and Aaron said unto them, break off the
So
golden
guess what?
earrings.
Aaron started giving it to the people. He said, Aaron said unto them, break off the golden earrings. Keep going.
Which are in the ears of your wives,
Which are in the ears of your wives,
of your sons, and of your daughters,
and your daughters.
and bring them unto me.
See, they finna go so far with this. Keep going.
And all the people break off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron.
It said all the people break off the golden earrings which were where?
In their ears,
In their ears. Keep going.
and brought them unto Aaron.
And brought them unto Aaron. Keep
And he
going.
received them at their hand,
Keep going.
and fashioned it with a graven tool.
So he started putting it together, fashioned it with a graven tool, started to build it. Keep going.
After he had made it a molten calf.
After he had made it a molten calf. Keep going.
And they said, these be thy gods.
Them folks said, and they said, these be thy gods. Guess what? They know the commandment. They know the straight commandment from the Most High. They know not to serve other gods. But they still said, these be thy gods. Keep going.
These be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
Oh, Israel, which brought thee. They giving this these gods the benefit to give them the credit to say they brought them out of Egypt. Keep going.
And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it.
Not only did he made this golden calf, he also made an altar. Aaron, he a priest. He know the law. Keep going.
And Aaron made proclamation and said, tomorrow at a feast to the Lord.
And then he gonna say, tomorrow is a feast to the Lord. Come on, y'all. Keep going.
And they rose up early in the morrow.
He said, and they rose up early in the morning
And offered burnt offerings.
and offered burnt offerings
And brought peace offerings.
and peace offerings.
And the people sat down to eat, to drink, and rose up to play.
What did it say again?
And the people sat down to eat and to drink, and rose up to play.
Hey, King, hold on. Give me 2 Corinthians, 2 Chronicles, 36. Give me 2 Chronicles, 36:16. See, we're going to have to start putting folks on blast, man.
The book of 2 Chronicles.
Hold on. It's out of order, man. This is the Sabbath day, ain't it? You got to be
The
crazy.
spirit, bro.
This the Sabbath, man. You got 6 days to do everything you want to do, man. This the Sabbath day, man. That's why Nehemiah was snatching patches out of these men's beards, bruh. Read that.
The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 36 and verse 16.
Read.
But they mocked the messengers of God.
It happened then, it's happening now. That's mockery. I don't know what's going on, man, but we got to have some order up in here, or the Most High ain't going to continue to walk with us. And it ain't going to be y'all fault. It's going to be the priest's fault. It's going to be our fault. So I can't read right now how the people got him to go make the gods and everything. When you keep reading that, the Most High Moses went to who? Aaron. Read it again.
Verse 16. But they mocked the messengers of God.
They mocked the messengers of God. Read.
And despised his word.
And they despise his word. We keep saying this the Sabbath, man. Honor your Sabbath. This is your Sabbath. The Most High made it for you. But we mock it. And we despise his words. Read.
And misuse his prophets.
Misuse, walking all over the prophets. We walking over the prophets, man. Read.
Unto the wrath of the Lord.
And we ain't going to stop until we kindle the fire. We ain't going to stop till we kindle the fire. You're supposed to be sober-minded. I ain't finna get in your business. You're supposed to be sober-minded on the Sabbath. Do we have to go to Nehemiah 8 and 8? Your mind supposed to be sober. Everybody here sober? You can lie to me. You can lie to us. Are you sober? Is anything else on your mind, physically or spiritually, other than the Most High? They until the wrath of who?
Unto the wrath of the Lord.
Of Qualyawia.
Of the Lord.
Of Esdras.
Of the Most High.
Of Solomon.
Of the Lord.
Of Madanaha.
Of the Lord.
Of Shema.
Of the Lord.
Of the who?
Of the Lord.
Read.
Arose against his people.
Read.
Till there was no remedy.
Man, you've been warned, and I'm speaking to the existence right now, man. If this continue, if this continue here at 33:18, the Most High gonna put something on you. There ain't gonna be no remedy for it. We warned you. We warned you. That's it. Come on.
All praise, all praises. Let's go back to it. Go back to Exodus 32.
32 and 6.
Yeah.
Ready when you are.
All right.
The book of Exodus, chapter 32 and verse 6. And they rose up early in the morrow.
He said what?
And they rose up early on the morrow.
See, this something right here. This ain't nothing new right here. We do this today. It said, and they rose up early on the morrow. Keep going.
And offered burnt offerings.
Offered burnt offerings.
And brought peace offerings.
And brought peace offerings.
And the people sat down to eat and to drink.
What it say again?
And the people sat down to eat and to drink.
It said, and the people sat down to eat and what?
And to drink.
And to drink.
And rose up to play.
Man, guess what's wrong with our people? They like to party all the time. They like having fun all the time. They like having fun. They don't like keeping the laws. Keep going.
Verse 7. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go, get thee down, for thy people, which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted themselves.
What the Most High said?
And the Lord said unto Moses, Go, get thee down for thy people.
So the Most High commanded Moses, he said, go and get thee down for thy people. Keep going.
Which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt.
He said, which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt.
Have corrupted themselves.
But guess what? Israel gave credit to them gods, saying they had got delivered from Egypt. But the Most High said, what? Go back up.
Go, get thee down, for thy people, which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted themselves.
He said they have corrupted themselves. The Most High gave a straight commandment. Don't bow down to these gods. Don't make images. But they heard it. They heard the judgment, everything. Guess what they did? Still went off. They heard the warning. He gave us these commandments to avoid punishment. But do we hear it? No. Nope. We want to do what we want to do. The Most High make examples after examples after examples, bro. And I got to keep on talking about it. A brother got killed for fornication and he knew better. And we should look at that. I think about that all the time. We should look at that. You say, man, we shouldn't do what he do. When we read these scriptures, we shouldn't do what our forefathers do. But guess what we want to do? We want to do what we want to do. Keep going. Verse 8.
Verse 8. They have turned aside quickly.
What it say again right now?
They have turned aside quickly.
He said, they have turned aside quickly. They turned aside quickly. He just gave them the commandment. They heard it. But they turned aside quickly. What? Keep going.
Out of the way which I commanded them.
He said, they have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. He told them not to serve other gods. He said they turned aside quickly. Look at this. Look at the word, what it's saying. It said they turn aside quickly. It's just like sometimes in here, we can have a lesson right here, the law coming from the table from the Most High, from us, and we get a law out, and guess what? After we get the law, after class, guess what? They turn aside quickly to go back what they want to do. Man, the Most High is not playing with us, y'all. A lot of men and women gonna die. We got to be crazy. Why we keep on tempting the Most High? The Most High gonna put our ass to death. Keep going.
They have made them a molten calf
They had made them a molten calf. Keep going.
and have worshipped it and have sacrificed thereunto.
He said, and have worshiped it and have sacrificed thereunto. They made sacrifice to this God and worship it, bow down. The Most High said, don't bow to these gods. Don't worship these gods. If you do, you're going to surely be perished. They heard it. But guess what? They ain't get it. Keep going.
And said, these be thy gods,
He
O
said-
Israel.
He said, indeed, and said, and these be thy gods, O Israel. The Most High hearing all this was going on. He said, and they said, these be thy gods. Keep going.
Which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
He said, which they have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt, giving the gods the credit. They gave the gods the credit, and we know the Father is a jealous God. He need all the honor. He need all the praise. He need all of it. But we want to give it. We want to give it to these molten calves. We want to give it to our own issues. Keep going.
Verse 9. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people.
Bring it up, Israel. Read again.
Verse 9. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people.
He said, and the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. They stiff. They got a stiff neck. They hard-headed. Read verse 10.
Verse 10. Now therefore, let me alone.
Man, the Most High said, now therefore, let me alone. Man, get away from me, man. Leave me alone for it. Let's leave me alone. Keep going.
That my wrath may wax hot against them.
He said that my wrath may wax hot against them. Keep going.
And that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation.
He was so mad. He even told Moses, he said, I'll even make you a great nation. But guess what? He told him to start over. But guess what? We ain't gonna get to it. But Moses, he would plead for our forefathers. Please don't do that. Don't wipe him out. Now jump down to 17. This is what really get me right here, y'all.
Verse 17. The book of Exodus, chapter 32,
This
and
verse
verse
right
17.
here, verse 17.
And when Joshua heard the noise of the people that they shouted,
He said, and when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, keep going.
he said unto Moses, there is a noise of war in the camp.
Man, they were so damn loud that they thought it was war on the camp. He said, when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, there is a noise of war in the camp. But guess what? It ain't. Guess what they doing? They having fun, partying. Why we can't just enjoy these scriptures, the law of the Most High? Why we can't enjoy that? We got to do extra shit. Keep going.
And he said, it is not the voice of them that shout for mystery.
Moses said, he said, it is not the voice of that. He said that, what it say? And he said, it is not the voice of them that shout for mastery. Keep going.
Neither is it the voice of them that cry for being
He said,
overcome.
neither is the voice of them that cry for being overcome. They ain't even attack, none of that. Keep going.
But the noise of them that sing do I hear.
Man, these folks said, but the noise of them that sing do I hear. They sing and sound like they was at war. Man, just look at this scripture, man. It said, of them that sing do I, what it say?
Of them that sing do I hear.
He said, of them that sing do I hear. They were hearing singing, partying, having fun, having a good time. They ain't thinking about worshiping the Most High to this God. They worshiping this God. The Most High told us not to do that. Keep going.
Verse 19. And it came to pass, as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, that he saw the calf and the dancing, in Moses' anger waxed hot.
Now, we found out that the Most High was waxed hot. Now, guess what? Moses waxed hot now. He mad now because he knew what was going on. The Most High had to tell him. He said, Moses' anger and waxed hot. Keep going.
And he cast the tablets out of his hands.
He said he was so mad because you read up, the Most High gave him the tablet. If you read up, he said Moses' anger waxed hot and what?
And he cast them out of his hands and brake them beneath the mount.
He was so mad he broke the tablets. The law of God. Keep going.
And he took the calf which they had made and burnt it in the fire and ground it to powder,
He said he took the calf, he burned it with fire, he ground it to powder. Keep going.
and strawed it upon the water,
And strawed upon the water.
and
Guess
made
what
the
he did?
children of Israel drink of it.
He was so mad, he made the children of Israel drink it. Man, drink this right here. Keep going.
Verse 21, and Moses said unto Aaron, what did this people unto thee, that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them?
He said, and Moses said unto Aaron, what did this people unto thee? Thou hast brought so great sin upon them. You brought the sin upon these folks. You hearken to these folks' voice. Who it sound like, y'all? Sound like Saul. He put the blame on Aaron. Keep going.
Verse 22, and Aaron said,
See, that's what Kanye talking about. They're gonna put the blame, man, the Most High gonna put the blame on us, and we allow y'all to commit sin in here.
That's what we just got through talking about, literally in the Law and Prophets reading before we started class, on how the kingdom was split because of King Solomon. And then when we read in Jeremiah 15, the Most High punished the people because of what Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah, was it Hezekiah? Because of what Manasseh did. So the thing is, man, you got an important role if the Most High done set you up to be a watchman. Because all these people going to fall because of you. And then you going to get the greater condemnation. But go ahead.
All praises, all praises. Read verse 22 again.
verse 22, the book of
Read
Exodus.
verse 21 again.
The book of Exodus, chapter 32 and verse 21. And Moses said unto Aaron, what did this people unto thee, that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them?
Man, he put the blame on Aaron, y'all. Read verse 22.
Verse 22. And Aaron said, let not the anger of my Lord wax hot.
So he talking to Moses. He said, let not the anger, because it's a lowercase L. He talking to Moses. He said, and Aaron said, let not the anger of my Lord wax hot. He telling Moses, don't be mad, don't wax hot. He was pleading with him. That's how mad Moses was. And sometimes we probably got to get to that point. Man, we cannot allow foolishness in here. Man, we got to hear this word, man. It's a Sabbath day. Man, we got to put our pleasures away. We got to put our conversations away. I'm guilty to it. Keep reading.
Thou knowest the people, that they are set on mischief.
He said, thou knowest the people. They are set on mischief. So he still pointing finger to the people. He said they are set on, he said that you know the people. They are set on mischief. But guess what? You the one that made this, you the one hearken to the people. Keep going.
Verse 23, for they said unto me, make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we were not what is become of him.
Read it again.
Verse 23, for they said unto me, make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, which we would not what is become of him.
So Aaron's still pleading. He explained it to Moses. Keep going.
And I said unto them, whosoever hath any gold, let them break it off. So they gave it to me. Then I cast it into the fire, and there came out this calf.
Keep going.
And when Moses saw that the people were naked, for Aaron had made them naked unto their shame.
See, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Us just being leaders, we almost gotta be the enemy to the people, not to please these people in this body. We gotta be almost hated from the people in this body. We shouldn't care how nobody feel in here when it comes to the scriptures right here of the Most High. We shouldn't care. Hate me for Christ's sake. Hate my brother for Christ's sake. If you ain't agreeing with it, y'all can leave. Just being real. If y'all don't like what's going on through these scriptures, what we bringing out, y'all can leave. The door open. Because our people are got to be crazy. They don't get it. They keep playing around, jumping around, rising up and playing. Keep going.
For Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their
Now read that
enemies.
part again.
Verse 25. And when Moses saw that the people were naked.
So this is what he explained. This is what the naked is coming in right here. Is they literally naked right here? No. He said, and when Moses saw the people were naked, he go, they nakedness right here.
For Aaron had made them naked unto their shame
Keep going.
among their enemies.
He made them naked unto their, what did he say? And Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies. The other nations seen this. They seen that sin that they did. They bowed down to these gods, but the Most High put out a straight commandment. He told us not to do this. If you do this, you should surely perish. Do we get that? No, we do not get it. Because we got to keep on doing what we want to do. Man, we got to be crazy. That's the title of the lesson, y'all. We can talk about the laws all day, but do you get the judgment? You agree with the law, but do you hearken to their judgment? Keep going.
Verse 26. Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, who is on the Lord's side?
Who in here on the Lord's side? Don't fake it, y'all. Do not fake it. Do not fake it. He said, the Moses stood up in the gate and kept and said, whose is on the Lord's side? Is we going to keep on under the Most High with our lips, y'all? It don't do nothing? Give me Isaiah 29:13 right quick. Because we talk good game, y'all. Talking about me. Go on and read it, John.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
Guess what? We keep on it, we keep talking. We talk all day. All praises. You know, saying all this type of stuff. Oh, yeah, we agree, con. Scripture coming out, yeah, we agreeing to it. But when their judgment come out, y'all ain't really hearken to that. Our people ain't really hearken to their judgment. Fornicating, all that. Man, all these things, you're going to be put to death if we don't abide these rules right here, these laws. Man, these commandments are made for us to avoid punishment. Go back.
The book of Exodus, chapter 32 and verse 25.
Hold on right quick. All right.
And when Moses saw that the people were naked.
He said, and Moses saw that people were naked. They ain't literally naked, y'all. He gonna win they naked right here.
For Aaron had made them naked unto their shame
so
among their enemies. So this was their
nakedness right here. They sinned. It was, what it say? And Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies. The enemies, the other nations seen this. They seen what they was doing. Keep going.
Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, who is on the Lord's side?
It said Moses stood up in the gate of the camp and said, whose is on the Lord's side? What we always quote, y'all? Who gonna rise up? Who gonna rise up for the Most High against the workers of iniquity? Who's scared to do that? Who's scared to do that? Be honest about it. Some of us in here, we'll turn our back to sin. And we know somebody wrong. We'll turn our whole shoulder. Man, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm guilty of it. It said, then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, what?
Who is on the Lord's side?
Who is on the Lord's side? He wants the ones that ain't gonna compromise to this wicked generation. Keep going.
Let him come unto me.
He said, let him come unto me. Come to me. Keep going.
And all the sons of the Levites gathered themselves together unto him.
All the sons of the Levites gathered themselves what?
Unto him.
Gathered unto him. Keep going.
And he said unto them, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, put every man his sword by his side.
They should surely perish, right? They should surely perish, right? If you worship other gods, guess what? You should surely perish. Keep going.
And go in and out from gate to gate.
He said, and go in and out from gate to gate. Keep going.
Throughout the camp.
Throughout the camp.
And slay every man his brother.
He said, and slay every man his brother. Keep going.
And every man his companion. And every man his neighbor.
He said, keep going.
Verse 28. And the children of Levi did according to the word of Moses.
So they obeyed, they obeyed their leader, Moses. Who's on the Lord's side? If we're going to see a brother here worshiping other gods, is we going to allow that? No. Is we going to see other brother commit fornication? Is we going to allow that? Is we going to see a brother or sister hate one another? Is we going to allow that? No, we going to say something. Keep going.
And there fell of the people that day about 300 men.
What did it say?
And there fell of the people that day about 3,000 men.
Man, you showed short in that number. It said, and there fell of the people that day about 3,000 men that bowed down to this God. Keep going.
For Moses had said, concentrate yourselves today to the Lord, even every man upon his son. Consecrate yourselves to this today to the Lord, even every man.
Jump to 34.
Verse 34. Therefore now go, lead the people unto the place of which I have spoken unto thee. Behold, mine angel shall go before thee. Nevertheless, in the day when I visit, I will visit their sin upon them.
He said he will visit their sins upon them. Keep going.
And the Lord plagued the people.
He said what?
And the Lord plagued the people.
He said, and the Lord plagued the people. They should surely perish. Keep going.
Because they made the calf.
Reason why he plagued the people?
Because they made the calf which Aaron made.
Guess what? Aaron still get the blame. He made it. He said the Lord sent a plague that made that calf. But do we still get it, y'all? Nope. We don't get it. Man, it's some more commandments, man. They heard the judge and everything, y'all. Man, I ain't even done yet. Exodus 20. Go back to Exodus 20. Start at verse 8. Straight commandment, y'all. Our people is crazy. Read verse 8.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
It said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Keep it set apart than any other day of this week. Keep it holy, sanctified. Keep going.
6 days shalt thou labor.
He said 6 days shalt thou labor. You should work 6 days. Keep going.
And do all thy work.
And do all that work. Keep going.
But the Sabbath day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
What did it say again?
But the Sabbath day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
He said the Sabbath day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. Keep going.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
He said in it thou shalt not do any work. So you shouldn't do no labor. Keep going.
Thou, nor thy son,
Your son shouldn't work.
nor thy daughter,
Your daughter shouldn't work.
thy manservant,
Your manservant shouldn't
nor
work.
thy maidservant,
Nor the maidservant shouldn't work. Keep
nor
going.
thy cattle,
Even the cattle shouldn't work. You can't even put a cattle to work. Keep going.
nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
And then at this time, we had strangers within our gates. They couldn't even work. Keep going.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth,
He said, for 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth,
the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the Sabbath day.
and rested 7 days. So the Most High, he rested on the 7th day too. That's like we do. That's how we supposed to. Keep going.
Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
He said, wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. So we just proved right here, this straight commandment, right? Straight commandment. But guess what? It's a judgment. It's a judgment, y'all. Exodus 31, verse 14. All right, read it.
The book of Exodus, chapter 31 and verse 14. Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore.
You said what?
Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore.
It said, and ye should keep the Sabbath, therefore, keep going.
For it is holy unto you.
He said, for it is holy unto you. Keep going.
Everyone that defileth it
He said, everyone that defiled it, keep going.
shall surely be put to death.
He said, should surely be put to death. Keep going.
For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among
He
his
said,
people.
that soul should be cut off from among his people. So did all our people got their judgment right there at this time? They know what's going on. They heard the laws of the Most High. He said, remember the Sabbath day. If you don't do it, guess what? If you work, guess what? He gonna put you to death. Man, we hear, man, we hear the laws all the time. We agree with it all day. But soon that judgment got you, even you hear the judgment, you say, come. And then you do the opposite. Now go to Nehemiah 15. I mean, not Nehemiah 15, my bad. Numbers 15. Let's give an example by breaking the Sabbath. Verse 30.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15 and
You
verse
get
30.
31. You get 31.
31. Because he had despised the word of the Lord.
He said what?
Because he had despised the word of the Lord.
So if you ain't keeping the commandments of God, guess what you're doing? You despise the word of the Lord. You despise his law. Keep going.
And have broken his commandment.
And have broken his commandment.
That soul shall utterly be cut off.
So guess what? Keep going.
His iniquity shall be upon him.
His iniquity shall be upon him. So right after this judgment that came, I'm talking right after this judgment, guess what one of our kinsmen did? Keep going.
And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day.
He said what?
They found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day.
See, some of us probably don't even take the Sabbath that serious. The Sabbath is a sign of generation to generation between the Most High and us. We got to take the Sabbath serious, y'all. Read it out. Read it again.
And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day.
He said they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day. Keep going.
And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron.
What you say?
And they that found him gathering sticks brought him to Moses and Aaron and unto all the congregation.
Keep going.
And they put him in ward because it was not declared that. And they put him in ward because it was not declared what should be done to him.
So they ain't know what to do. They say they put him in ward because it was not declared what should be done to him. So they ain't know what to do at the time. Keep going.
And the Lord said unto Moses.
He said, and the Lord said unto Moses. Keep going.
The man shall be surely put to death.
He said what?
The man shall be surely put to death.
He said the man shall be surely put to death. Keep going.
All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp.
Without the camp. So guess what? Read verse 36.
And all the congregation brought him without the camp and stoned him with stones. And he died as the Lord commanded Moses.
It's the Lord's commanded Moses. So we heard this judgment. He said they should surely be put to death if they work on their end on the Sabbath. This man right here working on the Sabbath, picking up sticks, gathering sticks. So because our people so crazy. Our people so crazy. I wasn't even finna bring this out. I got to get Judges 3.
Bring it out.
I'm just going to jump a little bit. A lot of people don't get it, y'all. We hear the commandment, hear the judgment, agreeing with it. But guess what? We still go do what we want to do. Man, our people is crazy. Is you crazy? All right, let me get to it. See, the Most High, he's so merciful, y'all. That he set up judges for us to get to live out of captivity. And guess what? We did evil again, go right back to captivity. Did evil again and go right back to captivity. I ain't still getting it. People crazy, y'all. Is you crazy? Man, hearing this list, I just find I'm retarded, y'all. Man, I'm so retarded. Man, Judges 3. Let me see where I want to start here. No, we just gonna let me see. Start at verse 7. Yeah, you're right.
The book of Judges, chapter 3 and verse 7. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord.
So remember that word evil. It said, and the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord. Keep going.
and forgot the Lord their God,
and forgot the Lord their God,
and served Balaam
and served Balaam, keep
in
going,
the groves.
and the grove, serving other gods. Read verse
Therefore,
8.
verse 8. Therefore, the anger of the Lord was hot against
He
Israel,
said, therefore, the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel. Keep going.
and he sold them into the hand of Cushan.
So guess what he put? He gave them over to captivity. He said he sold them into the hand of, read again.
Of Cushan,
Yeah.
Reshatham, king of Mesopotamia.
In Mesopotamia, keep going.
And the children of Israel served Cushan, Reshatham 8 years.
What did it say again?
And the children of Israel served Cushan, Reshatham 8 years.
Now jump down to verse 12. Remember that word evil. Do you think they still got that in this same chapter? If you read this whole chapter, it's about captivity. They did evil again, went in captivity. They did evil again. Then the Most High was being so merciful, he set up judges, deliverers. And we still do evil. Read again, read verse 12.
The book of Judges, chapter 3 and verse 12. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord.
What did it say again?
And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord.
Man, read it again.
And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord.
Finish it out.
And the Lord strengthened Eglon, the king of Moab, against Israel, because they had done evil in the sight of the Lord.
Because they done evil in the sight of the Lord. They did evil again. We don't get it. Man, we got the perfect God. We got the perfect God. He told us if we keep he gave us straight commandments. These commandments to avoid punishment. Man, that's a God that loves us, right? He's showing love right there. He's showing us how not to be punished, not to be judged, but we so stupid. Man, is you crazy? Man, let me find another one. In that same chapter. Let me see. Man, what is John at? I gotta find it. Verse 13. What is it? We don't gotta get it. So can we die today for our sins? What's sins, y'all? Transgression of the law, right? So the Most High gave us laws, it gotta be a punishment, right? So guess what? Nothing ain't changed, y'all. Some gotta die if you stay in sin. Some gotta die if you stay in sin. Romans 6:23. And I got one more scripture.
The book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 23. But now, being made free from sin, Salah. For the wages of sin is death.
You can start right there. It said, for the wages of sin is death. So if you stay in your sin, you should surely perish. You should surely die. But the Most High, he shows so much long suffering to our people. He giving you a chance to repent after repent, and we don't get it yet. Man, we're gonna end. Man, our people gonna be wiped out. Hey, go to 2nd Ezra 7. For the finish over there.
Seven and what?
Verse 20.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 20. For there be many that perish in this life.
He said, for there be many that perish in this life. So this life right here, it's going to be many that going to die because they not hearkening to the commandment. Keep going.
Because they despise the law of God.
Because what?
They despise the law of God.
So that's why you see all these mass shootings out of our people, man, getting killed, shooting, dying after dying. I'm talking about death after death. Because they what?
They despise the law of God.
Man, we seen that last night. Our people hate the law. Man, we were just bringing out scriptures. We ain't even trying to provoke nobody. They saying all these crazy stuff to us. They hate the law of God. And don't be real. Some of y'all in here hate the law of God. Some of y'all in here hate the law of God. But the Most High, he gave you grace and long suffering, man, to get that thing right. Keep going.
That despise the law of God that is set before them.
Then it said what?
Before them.
Man, the law of God right here in front of us, y'all. Keep going.
For God had given straight commandment.
He said what?
For God had given straight commandment.
For God have given straight commandment. Man, the Most High, he not an author of confusion. He give a straight commandment. Keep going.
To such as came.
To such as came.
What they should do to live.
What they should do to live.
Even as they came in what they should observe.
To avoid what?
To avoid punishment.
To avoid punishment. Keep going.
Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him.
He said, nevertheless. He gave you straight commandments. He gave you judgment. He said, nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him. Keep going.
But spake against him.
But spake against what?
Spake against him.
Spake against him. Like you probably ain't verbally saying it, but your actions is. Nobody in here probably won't say they hate God. Nobody in here probably wants to do that. But their actions show that they hate the Most High. Keep going.
And imagined vain things.
What?
And imagined vain things.
Imagine vain things. Keep going.
And deceived themselves by their wicked deeds.
It's saying deceive themselves by their wicked deeds. Keep going.
Instead of the Most High.
Hold up. It said, and they deceive themselves. They deceive their own self by their wicked deeds. They think it's right, but it's wrong. That's deception. Man, you lying to your damn self.
I know Kyle probably gonna bring that portion out, saying they deceive themselves. They think it's right, but it's wrong. The world would say this is a mental illness. God saying you wicked as hell. Go ahead.
Finish it up.
By their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not. And said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways.
And knew not his ways. Keep going, last verse.
But his law have they despised.
He said, but his law have they despised. Keep going.
And denied his covenants.
And denied his covenants.
With an S. And his statutes.
And his statutes.
Have they not been faithful.
They have not been faithful. Keep going.
And have not performed his works.
And have not performed his works. They ain't performed his laws, his commandments. They despise the Most High, his laws. He gave us straight commandment. He teaching us, he give us straight commandment to keep it to live for us can avoid punishment. Man, we got to be crazy, y'all. And I yield.
I'll pray to the Most High. You know, he put it on our spirit, almost 2 weeks ago. As we normally, the Most High put it on our spirit to put a lesson out there and we'll have a discussion. So maybe about 2 weeks ago, he said, he put it in our mind to do a lesson called "You Gots to Be Crazy." And the crazy part about it is when the Most High put this stuff on our heart and put it on our mind to do it, man, we be seeing that stuff materialize throughout the next couple of weeks. And we like, hold on. So is this why we were supposed to do this or whatnot? But, man, our people retarded. After what the brother was just bringing out, I ain't gonna use words like you or they. I'm gonna say, man, we retarded. We are a crazy people, man. We are out of our mind. Get the definition of crazy. I got it in the media chat. Go to the media chat. And put it on the screen. Crazy. You gots to be crazy. It's the most recent one I just put in there, I believe. Yeah, make that large for me if you can, Ezra. So I can see it. Go ahead and read that definition, King.
The definition of crazy. Mentally deranged.
That's Israel. Israel is mentally deranged. How is it that the Most High can tell you to do something today and you do the opposite tomorrow? Go ahead.
mentally deranged,
Mm-hmm.
especially as manifested in a wild or aggressive way.
Somehow people go as far as doing that. Somehow people react violently just because they don't want to do what the Most High said do.
That's crazy.
Read some of them similars.
Similar, mad,
You mad.
insane,
Insane.
out of one's mind,
You are out of your mind. Go ahead.
deranged,
Deranged.
demented, not in one's right mind.
Not in one's right mind. What's right? What's right? The law, statutes, and commandments is right. So you ain't in the mind of the law. You ain't in the mind of the law. You out of your you not in your right mind. Right. See, the world gonna put all these phrases on you. Oh, it's narcissistic. Oh, it's schizophrenia. They gonna say all these different things. You know, this person got multiple personality, disorder, all these different things. Man, the Bible say you wicked, bro.
Pretty much.
You wicked. Go back to the scriptures. Give me 2 Thessalonians 3. We read this last week. 2 Thessalonians chapter 3. Read verse 1 when you get there. Let's see what Paul was saying to the Thessalonians.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Finally, brethren, pray for us.
He said, pray for us.
That the word of the Lord may have free course.
And the same thing today, family, pray for us. That the word of the Most High can have free course.
And be glorified.
And be glorified without distraction. Go ahead.
Even as it with you.
Even as it is with you. Go ahead, verse 2.
And that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men.
The Bible say, and that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men. Give me the definition of unreasonable. I got that in the media chat as well. Delivered from unreasonable men. You might have to go up a little bit. There's a couple things that's in there. If you find it, you see it unreasonable. All right.
Unreasonable.
Uh-huh.
Adjective. Not guided by or based on good sense.
Not guided by or based on good sense. You got to be crazy.
Uh-huh.
What's good? The law, keeping the commandment, right?
Yeah.
So if you unreasonable,
You're not guided by
you not guided by or based on
good sense.
sense concerning the law. You got to be out your rabbit ass mind.
I get some similarities.
I'm just gonna see it. You crazy. Let's go back to the scripts. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going too fast. Get the similarities.
Well, I like disobliging.
Go ahead.
And cooperative.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Obstructive.
Oh, you said uncooperative. Obstructive.
Unhelpful.
Unhelpful. You got to be crazy.
Disobliging.
He said disobliging. Disobliging means you're deliberately unhelpful. Meaning that you're doing it on purpose.
Right.
You do mental illness. The world gonna say it's a mental illness.
You disoblige.
But these folks, man, I'm telling you, when folks be doing this crazy stuff in the work, they doing it on purpose.
Right.
Man, look. Uncooperative, obstructive, unhelpful, disobliging, meaning deliberately unhelpful. Go ahead.
Unaccommodating.
Get in there, call y'all.
Right, because it makes good sense. You got to be crazy. If the Most High tell us as a nation, we done woke up. He said, if you keep these commandments, I'll put these curses on your enemies. He said, now I'll bring you out into a land that's flowing with milk and honey. You telling me we still in we got to be crazy. We loony. To have a promise like that from the Most High in the scripture. And still not strive toward that. That is literally insane, bro.
That's insane, man. That is insane. So the definition of unreasonable is not guided by or based on good sense. Let's go back to the precept. Let's go back to the precept. 2 Thessalonians 3. Let's read verse 2 again.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 3 and verse 2.
Uh-huh.
And that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men.
So deliver us from men that's not guided by good sense.
Right.
And wicked men. That's what they are. They wicked men. And it's going to tell you why.
For all men have not faith.
Because they ain't got no faith. Their faith is their belief. This. You ain't got no faith. That makes you out of your damn mind.
Dead.
You crazy. You retarded. I'm going to tell you, look, Israel's so retarded, you will receive favor from the Most High and still won't learn nothing. Give me Isaiah 26 and 10. You will receive favor from the Most High and you still won't get it. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah chapter 26 verse 10.
Go ahead.
Let favor be showed to the wicked.
Let favor be showed to the wicked. Now we know Esau is the border of wickedness. This is what we know, right? But Israel wicked as hell too. It says, let favor be showed to the wicked. Go ahead.
Yet will he not learn righteousness.
He still ain't gonna learn righteousness. He out of his mind. His ways is not guided by good sense. Go ahead.
In the land of uprightness.
It says in the land of uprightness, even if I put you in the land of uprightness, that's why the Most High got to destroy the wicked Israelites and not let them get in the kingdom. And that's why wicked Israelites had to die in the wilderness and they couldn't go in the land.
Right.
Because if he put them in the land of uprightness, what he gonna do?
Will he deal unjustly?
He's going to deal unjustly anyway. I'm not going to put him over here. Let me go and kill him. He crazy. He lost his mind. Go ahead.
And will not behold the majesty of the Lord.
He ain't going to behold the majesty of the Most High. Because you done lost it. Let's get an example. Get Exodus 16. I'm talking about, man, we stupid. We stupid, man. For real. The scripture done gave the diagnosis. You don't need to go to Dr. Phil. You don't need to go to Oprah. And they don't need to put you on all these shows and all these different psychiatrists. You don't need none of that. The Bible already told you stupid. You loony. You crazy. You got to be crazy. Come on, give me Exodus 16, read verse 15.
The book of Exodus chapter 16, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
And when the children of Israel saw it,
and when the children of Israel saw it,
they said to one another,
what'd they say?
It is manna.
They said, oh, this manna. Go ahead.
Well, they wist not what it was.
Because they wist not what it was. Go ahead.
And Moses said unto them,
what'd he say?
This is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat.
He said, this is the bread that the Lord has given you to eat. Go ahead.
This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded.
This is the thing which the Lord had commanded.
Gather of it every man according to his eating.
I want every man according to his eating to gather of it. Go ahead.
An omer for every man.
An omer for every man. Go ahead.
According to the number of your persons.
According to the number of your persons. Go ahead.
Take ye every man for them which are in his tent.
Take ye every man for them which are in his tents. Go ahead, verse 17.
And the children of Israel did so.
They did it. Yeah, they listened on their regard. Go ahead.
And gathered.
And gathered.
Some more, some less.
Some more, some less. And this is what we do today in Israel. We'll listen to some of it. But there's more. Go ahead.
And when they did meet it with an omer.
And when they did meet it with an omer, go ahead.
He that gathered much had nothing over.
He gathered a lot. He that gathered a lot, he that had nothing over. Go ahead.
And he that gathered little had no lack.
And he that gathered little had no lack. Meaning what? Everybody had just enough, the right amount for what you needed. Right? Keep going.
They gathered every man according to his eating.
They gathered every man according to his eating. Go ahead, verse 19.
And Moses said,
What'd he say?
let no man leave of it till the morning.
That simple commandment, right? As man, I give you something to eat. I put this manna in front of you, Moses. I put this manna in front of you, Moses. I said, look, don't let no man leave of it till the morning. Don't leave none of it in the morning now. Simple commandment, right? Right? Wrong. Wrong. You talking about an unreasonable, wicked, crazy, out of their mind people. Read verse 20.
Notwithstanding, they hearkened, not unto Moses.
They said, notwithstanding, they hearken not unto Moses. This is not even a full 24 hours. He said, don't leave it till the morning. Barely 12 hours later, they ain't listen. I just told you this yesterday. You got to be crazy. Look, here it is. 3:41 right now. 3:41, you get some manna. You got the manna this morning. Y'all done baked it. Y'all done cooked it. Y'all, everybody got it right there. It's right here in front of you. At this moment, Moses say, hey, don't leave none of it in the morning. Eat it all. How you forgot that fast? That's what it is, the wicked mindset. I'm going to save a couple of them after he told you not to. Go ahead.
But some of them left of it until the morning.
But some people left it to the morning.
And they bred worms.
And it got worms.
And stank.
And stank. Go ahead.
And Moses was wroth with them.
And Moses was wroth. He was hot with them. Because he giving you straight commandment, but some people don't mind making the camp stinky. Go ahead, verse 21.
And they gathered every morning.
And they gathered of it every morning.
Every man according to his eating.
Every man according to his eating. So they already did this one thing already.
Right.
Go ahead.
And when the sun waxed hot.
And when the sun waxed hot.
It melted.
It melted. Go ahead.
And it came to pass.
And it came to pass.
And on the sixth day.
They
gathered twice as much bread.
They gathered twice as much bread.
2 almers for one man.
2 almers for one man. Because at first on all the other days they was getting 1 almer per man. But now the day before the Sabbath, on the 6th day, you're gonna get twice as much. Now you get 2 almers. Right. Go ahead.
And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses.
They're like, hey Moses, yesterday we got 1. We got 2 of them things now. Go ahead, verse 23.
And he said unto them,
what'd he say?
This is that which the Lord has said.
This is that which the Lord has said.
Tomorrow
is
the rest of the holy Sabbath.
Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath.
Unto the Lord.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Bake that which you will bake today.
Bake that which you gonna bake today.
And seethe that you will seethe.
And seethe whatever you gonna seethe. Go ahead.
And that which remaineth over.
And whatever's left over.
Lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
Now you can keep it until the morning.
Right.
Keep going.
And they laid it up until the morning.
They laid it up to the morning.
As Moses bade.
And
it did not stink.
It didn't stink.
Neither was there any worm therein.
Therein. It's going to tell you why. Verse 25.
And Moses said, eat that today.
So he was still talking to them on the 6th day. He said, no, I'm sorry. After they made it, and the next day, the next morning, it didn't stink. He said, y'all can eat that today. Eat that. Go ahead.
For today is a Sabbath unto the Lord.
Because today is the Sabbath unto the Lord. Say it ain't going to stink now.
I ain't gonna get no worm.
Go ahead.
Today you should not find it in the field.
He said you ain't going to find it in the field. That's why you got 2 yesterday. Go ahead.
6 days you should gather it.
He said 6 days you going to gather it.
But on the 7th day.
Which
is the Sabbath.
In
it there shall be none.
Ain't going to be none after. Don't look for it. Easy commandment, right? Straightforward, simple, right? Simple instruction, right? Wrong. Read verse 27.
And it came to pass.
That
there went out some of the people on the 7th day.
Stop. You got to be out your damn mind. You got to be crazy. I told you it wasn't going to be out there. It came to pass that there went out some of the people on the 7th day. Go ahead.
And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the 7th day.
For the
gathering. And they found none.
You ain't going to find it.
You already said it wasn't going to be.
You going to do it anyway. Nigga. Like for real.
Man,
Man, you got to be crazy. You heard my, read verse 28.
Verse 28. The Lord said it to Moses.
And the Lord said unto Moses,
how long refuse ye to keep my commandments
he said,
and my laws?
And then he blamed Moses. He said, he looked at Moses, how long you ain't gonna keep my commandments? He said, he ain't say how long this people. It said, and the Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse ye, you, Moses, why you ain't keeping my commandments? Man. Go ahead.
Verse 29.
No, read the end part of 28.
To keep my commandments and my laws.
To keep my commandments and my laws. Now, what we just read in context is talking about manna and what we was eating, and then it talks about you wasn't going to find the manna on the Sabbath, but what you can deduce from this and what we seeing right now when you bring it up to modern times right now, the same thing going on. We'll come right here in the law. Thou shalt not steal. It's 3:46. The sun go down there at 8:30. Somebody finna take something. We say, look, thou shalt not bear false witness. It's 3:46. Somebody ain't gonna even wait till the Sabbath over with, and they gonna get on the phone and lie on somebody. This is what we do. You got to be crazy. We go through the precepts. Say, thou shalt not commit adultery. Somebody gonna be messing with somebody's wife. Thou shalt not. Well, it don't say it like that, but I'm saying we know we're not supposed to commit fornication. Somebody gonna do that. We going through it. You got to be crazy. It's right here. You hearing it right now. You gonna leave and go do it. You got to be out your mind. Go ahead, get in there.
Give me one, preacher. Give me James 1:23 on what King bringing out. Because it happens every Sabbath. We in the law, we read in the law, in law read. Soon law read know it, we gone. We doing what the Most High said not to do. Read that.
Book of James chapter 1 verse 23.
Read.
For if any be a hearer of the word.
For if any be a hearer of the word.
And not a doer.
Because you can hear this word and not what?
And not a doer.
And not a doer of the word.
He is like unto a man beholding.
This is kind of man he is. For if anybody, old woman, if you just hearing the word and you ain't doing the word, this is you. He is what?
He is like a man beholding his natural face in a glass.
He is like a man that's beholding his natural face in the word. He see himself in the law. Read.
For he beholdeth himself.
He see himself in the law. He know he's an Israelite.
And goeth his way.
He know he want to keep the commandment. He know his descendants is Moses and him. He goeth his way.
And straightway.
And soon as he closed that book.
Forget him.
Straightway he what?
Forget him.
He forget.
What manner of man he was.
He forget what manner of man. You are insane. This is why the Most High got to, and I pray, he got to put the laws on Israel's heart. He got to. Because if he don't, he give us the kingdom, and he don't put it on our heart, we're going to be in captivity again. Man, it's some wicked Israelites saying right now that the white man, the I.S.A.A.C is the Arabs. Yeah. What kind of hell is that? That means we got to go in captivity again? This is how sweet we are. Soon we leave that. This is why brothers, we got to stay sober-minded. We got to stay sober-minded. It is so quick to go off. You ain't no better than Judas. You ain't no better than Judas.
King Solomon had the best wisdom.
Come on, he went off. How many sins do you think it took for Moses to do and not enter to the land? One. We going off, man, and we looking at the small stuff we doing like it ain't nothing. Moses thought it was nothing, hitting the rock. It was little in his eyes. Moses said, no, he don't think how we think. And then you did it in front of everybody else. Y'all, we got to stay sober, y'all. We got to stay sober, man, because look, if you want the kingdom, you got to remain sober, bro. You can't forget, once that Bible closed, you can't forget who you are. according to them scriptures. Come.
We lost our mind, man. Let's get another one. Numbers 25. Boy, we stupid. We real stupid. Numbers 25. Read verse 1.
The book of Numbers, chapter 25, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And Israel abode in Shittim,
And we abode in Shittim. Go ahead.
and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab.
It said, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. Go ahead.
And they called the people to the sacrifices of their gods.
And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods. Shamar, I'm sorry. Shamar just read what they did in Exodus 32 when they worshiped another god. They witnessed the Levites go through the land and kill people that was doing that. Now they committing whoredom with the daughters of Moab. And then not only are they committing whoredom with the daughters of Moab, they sacrifice it to their gods. Go ahead.
And the people did eat.
And the people ate.
And bowed down to their gods.
And they bowed down to their gods. Go ahead.
And Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor.
And Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor. Go ahead.
And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel.
He like, man, look at these CDC corn dog clique. Man, these folk retarded, man. Kindled against Israel. Go ahead, verse 4.
And the Lord said unto Moses,
What'd he say?
Take all the heads of the people.
He said, I want you to take all the heads of the people.
And hang them up before the Lord against the sun.
He said, I want you to hang them up. I want you to hang them up before the Lord against the sun. Kill them and hang them up before the Most High against the sun. Go ahead.
And the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel.
He said that the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel. Somebody got to die, like my brother was just bringing out. He said, some got to die behind it. I need to see some bodies before my anger is turned away. And Israel ain't going to get enough to the Most High catch him a body. Prayerfully, it ain't up here. But the Most High going to catch a body. Some bodies. Go ahead, verse 5.
And Moses said unto the judges of Israel.
And Moses said what?
Slay ye every one his men that were joined unto Baal Peor.
He said, slay ye every one his men that were joined unto Baal Peor. So he went to the judges, the leaders. He said, I want you to go through and I want you to kill everybody that was joined unto Baal Peor. Yeah. Go ahead, verse 6.
And behold,
one
of the children of Israel,
just one of the children of Israel, after he killing already. Go ahead.
Came and brought unto his brethren.
He came and brought unto who?
His brethren.
He came and brought unto his brethren. Go ahead.
A Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses.
He's, man, look, this man went and grabbed him a Midianitish woman and brought her to his brothers. You got to be dumb as hell. In Moses' face, you got to be crazy. Like, hey, man, like, hey, man, this right here, this emo tipper. And brought it in front of your, like, what you want? You want some, what you trying to toss? Like, what you want? That man said, and behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses. What is that all about, bro? Why you bringing that to your brothers for? What you on, cuz?
Destroyed.
What's that? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It sounds like they trying to, never mind.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Bruh. Go ahead. He said he brought the Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses. He got to be crazy already. Go ahead.
And in the sight of all the congregations.
Man, not only did he did it in front of Moses, but he did it in the sight of all the congregation
of the children of Israel. Who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle. They
was already weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation because people was already getting put to death behind it. Right. You got to be crazy to still do this. You got my folks dying. You don't give a damn. Go ahead, verse 7.
And when Phineas, the son of Eleazar,
and when Phineas, the son of Eleazar,
the son of Aaron,
the son of Aaron the priest,
saw it,
when he saw it,
he rose up from among the congregation.
He rose up. He would tick. He rose up from among the congregation
and took a javelin in his hand.
Damn javelin. Got up like, man, shit. Verse 8.
And he went after the man of Israel.
And he went after the man of Israel
to the tent.
In the tent.
And thrust both of them through.
And he thrust both of them through. I'm going in this tent. Move.
Both of y'all.
Move the little sheet that you got on the front of this. I ain't got no dough. Move them bees out the way. I'm coming in. I want to make noise. Come straight through these bees with this javelin. And he thrust both of them through. Go ahead.
The man of Israel.
The man of Israel.
And the woman through her belly.
He put both of them through their belly while they in there planking. He made him a shish kebab. Y'all ain't the only one thrusting. I'm finna thrust you with this javelin. Went straight through both on him and her through the belly. Bow.
Man, what?
Go ahead.
So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel.
After he did that, the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. The Most High got to have his body.
Right. Man.
He got to have his body before that plague is stayed. I pray to God it ain't none of us doing this type of stuff, man. Go ahead, verse 9.
And those that died in the plague were 24,000.
Man, 24,000 people, bruh. 24,000 people died from that thing. Man, we crazy. We done lost our mind, man. And some people, man, so gone, it don't even matter what you tell them. Some people so gone after you done already told them, you need to get on down. You need to get away from them. Give me Proverbs. Matter of fact, before we even do that, let's talk about your boy Ja Morant, man. Ja Morant got to come clear. He got to come to clear. Get that video. Get that video, media check. Get that video. Some people, no matter what you do, you can't help some people. It's look 49 seconds. Ain't that long. No, I'll go up. Right there where he got the circle on it. Yeah, right there. Let's get there. Just keep on. Surely he's from the children of Israel. He definitely from the children of Israel. Now, some people, they make excuses. Oh, he got Second Amendment rights too, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Man, stop comparing yourself to what these heathens get away with. Stop comparing yourself to these folks. These other nations, this is a foolish nation. The Most High said, I'm going to provoke you to jealousy with a foolish nation. They fools.
So they get 6 years, we get 26 years.
Don't compare yourself to fools. Do what you're supposed to do. Go ahead and play that thing. I'm not sure. Yeah, today. Uh-huh.
News at 8 today.
I got to do what happened on there. Okay, hold on 1 second. You ain't putting a disclaimer in there. But you got to be crazy, man. You got to be crazy to keep doing the same thing. You get punished for it, and then you turn around and do it again. Israel all day long. All right, go ahead and play that.
Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant has been suspended for a second time after once again appearing to flash a gun on social media. The video circulated on Saturday night. It shows Morant with what appears to be a handgun while he's riding in a friend's car. Yesterday, the Grizzlies said they were aware of the video and suspended Morant from all team activities pending league review. In March, Morant was suspended for 8 games after he was seen holding a gun inside a nightclub on Instagram Live. A representative for Morant did not immediately respond to requests for comment.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern.
You retarded as hell if you get punished for something. Now, let's say regardless, for argument's sake, let's say that, he wasn't wrong in this situation at all. Let's say he wasn't wrong. But if you got punished for doing one thing this time, why would you go back and do it again? You got to be crazy. You got to be crazy. You done lost it. Going back to the precept. Good. Give me Proverbs 14 and 7. So you realize, man, when somebody retarded, man, and they ain't got no knowledge, man, you need to go on get away from them, man. You need to go on get away from them.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Go from the presence of a foolish man.
Go from the presence of a retard, man. Go from the presence of somebody that ain't got no good sense that God gave a bird. Go from the presence of a foolish man when what?
When thou perceivest him, when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge.
When thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge. Hey, I saw your hand though. Can you have some?
Yeah. Yep.
Now what I saw in that video, the dude was on the live. He didn't know that a lot of people did blame his friend, but his friend wasn't the fault here. And the reason why the friend wasn't at fault there was because the friend was just live. They listened to music, they live in the car and everything. He didn't even know that this man was gonna do this. This moron saw the camera, looked at the camera, seen the camera, knew he just got in trouble for doing what he did the last time on the camera, seen that mud went. You just like a dummy. Look, just do your hand like this, put it on your chest, and try to bite your ear.
Donkey of the day.
Bruh. You might as well just do that.
Donkey of the day.
Go on, try to bite your ear. I'm talking about the man seen the camera. So his homeboy, as he got the camera, he see this man do this dummy move, crash dummy move, and once he seen it, he said, oh. He pulled the camera back. His partner didn't want to set him up like that.
Crashed out.
But nowadays, even if you delete it, man, these phones are smart. Yep. If you send me something, even if you delete it, even if it's live, I can screen record you. I can screen record if I'm on FaceTime, or if you got an iPhone, you got FaceTime, or if you got Google Duo or whatever you use, you can screen record everything that's going on your phone. Man. So even though dude deleted it and he tried to pull it back to help his partner, it's too late. Use a doofus. Drop that, give me Ciroc 22. So yeah, you can't, some of these folks, they so retarded, they so gone, man, you can't help them. And that's a lot of Israel. You can't help them. Ciroc 22 and verse 7.
Book of Ciroc, chapter 22 and verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Whoso teaches a fool is as one that glueth a potsherd together.
So if you trying to teach a fool, it's like you trying to glue a potsherd together. Yeah, so right. How it's almost impossible to teach somebody that's retarded.
All them pieces missing.
Go ahead. All the pieces you get, like they say, oh, he missing he got some screws loose. Yeah. He missing some screws. Yeah, he retarded. You can't teach him. Whoso teaches a fool is as one that glueth a potsherd together. The piece is gone. Right. Go ahead.
And as he that waketh one from a sound sleep.
And if you trying to teach somebody that's retarded, it's like you trying to wake somebody up from a sound sleep. Who in here was ever sleeping so good and then somebody interrupted you?
Please don't.
How mad you gonna get if somebody break their sleep? That's what happened when you put the word on a retard. It's like you trying to break him out of sound sleep. He gonna be mad as hell. Like we were down there on Beale Street. We were down on Beale Street, and we down here, we prophesying. We ain't roasting nobody. We ain't going up. You know, sometimes we'll get a little rowdy. We'll roast somebody. You know what I'm saying? And rebuke sharply. Man, we just simply just bring the word out peacefully. But what happened? It was a whole bunch of retards out there. And when you trying to teach a retard, it's like Trying to wake them. You trying to hold on, King. You gonna wake them up. You trying to wake them up out of a sound sleep, and they gonna be mad. Go here, verse 8.
He that telleth a tale to a fool.
He that tell a tale to a fool.
Speaking to one in a slumber.
You speaking to one that's in a slumber. You trying to teach this man and he ain't got a lick of good sense.
Man, what?
So when you try to teach this person that's really retarded, you speaking to somebody in a slumber and what?
When he had told his tale.
When he had told his tale,
he would say.
What he gonna say?
What is the matter?
What's the He lost. Because he's stupid. Drop there, give me, go to chapter before that, Sirach 21. Sirach 21, read verse 12.
The book of Sirach, chapter 21, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
He that is not wise.
Stop right there. What makes a man wise?
The law.
Keeping the law. What precept? What's the one I'm looking for? I brought it out last night. Chicago, you should know. No, it's in the law. I give you a hint. It's in the Old Testament. Nah, y'all guess. Deuteronomy 4, verses 5 and 6. Yep. So it says, he that is not wise, meaning he that don't keep the commandment, a retard. He tarded. He spit in the cooler. He's the water boy. He that is not wise, that will not keep the commandments, will not what?
Will not be taught.
He ain't going to be taught. He's stupid. Go ahead.
But there is a wisdom which multiplies bitterness.
But there is a wilderness that will multiply bitterness.
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead, verse 13.
The knowledge of a wise man
shall abound. The knowledge of a wise man shall what?
Shall abound.
Shall abound.
Like a flood.
Like a flood.
And his counsel is like a pure fountain of life.
And his counsel is like a pure fountain of life. So this is a man of sound mind.
Right.
Right? Man, the Most High didn't give us the spirit of fear. Right? But a peace and what? Let's get that. What's that second? Is that 2 Timothy 1? Let's get that real quick. We coming back to the. Okay, I see you, Brew Love.
Yeah.
No, I see you, Brew Love.
That's what
I'm talking about. Read 2 Timothy 1 and verse 7.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
For God have not given us the spirit of fear.
He didn't give us the spirit of fear.
But of power.
And
of love.
And
of sound mind.
And of a sound mind. So guess what? If you have a person or you run across somebody that does not have a sound mind, where they get their spirit from? By default, you done got it from the devil. Because the Most High ain't gave you that. Well, matter of fact, no, Most High did give you that. But he allowed the devil to do it to you. Why? Because you ain't keeping his commandments. Going back to Sirach, the Most High didn't give us the spirit of fear, but of power, soundness of mind. Verse 13 says, the knowledge of a wise man shall abound like a flood, and his counsel is like a pure fountain of life. He got a sound mind. He got good sense. He ain't crazy. But, verse 14. Verse 14, go ahead. Sirach, going back, we went back to Sirach.
22:14?
21:14.
Okay.
He's seeing different on their padding up there.
Sirach 21, verse 14.
Uh-huh.
The inner parts of a fool are like a broken vessel.
It said the inner parts of a fool are like a broken vessel. Somebody that's retarded is like a broken vessel. Go ahead.
And he will hold no knowledge as long as he lives.
He ain't gonna hold no knowledge as long as he lives. You got a cup even with a little bitty hole at the bottom of it. You put something in that thing and you sit it right there on the table. Is it gonna hold it all? Is it gonna hold it? Nah, that junk gonna start leaking. He ain't gonna be able to hold it. That's the inner parts of a fool. That's the inner parts of a retard. That's the inner parts of somebody that got to be crazy. Go here, verse 15.
If a skillful man hear a wise word.
Now, but on the flip side, if a skillful man, if he hear a wise word, words that come from what? These laws, statutes, and commandments, what he going to do?
He will commend it.
He going to commend it. He going to go, okay. And then what else?
And adding to it.
Ooh, you know what? This go with that too.
Precept upon precept.
Precept upon precept. Let me add that to what you just said, brother. Go ahead.
But as soon as one of no understanding hears it,
as soon as a retard come, somebody that ain't got, as soon as a dum-dum come that ain't got no understanding, when he hear it, what he gonna do?
it displeased him.
He gonna be mad. He displeased at that. Go ahead.
He cast it behind his back.
And he gonna cast it behind his back. John Morant. Just retarded. Go ahead.
The talking of a fool is like a burden in the way.
Man, the talking of a fool is like a burden in the way. You trying to get something done, or you trying to get through something, and something just in the way. That's the talking of a fool. Go ahead.
But grace shall be found in the lips of the wise.
But grace gonna be found in the lips of the wise. Keep going.
They inquire at the mouth of the wise man in the congregation.
They gonna inquire at the mouth of the wise man in the congregation. They gonna be like, oh, let me ask this brother, man. Let me get some counsel on what I should do about this or that or the third. They gonna inquire in his mouth. Go ahead.
And they shall ponder his words in their heart.
And they shall ponder his words in their heart.
Right.
Go ahead, verse 18.
As is a house that is destroyed.
House that is destroyed.
So is wisdom to a fool.
It says, as is a house that is destroyed, so is wisdom to a fool. Wisdom is destroyed when it comes to a person being retarded. Right. Go ahead.
And the knowledge of the unwise.
They say the knowledge of the unwise is what?
Is as talk without sense.
You ever seen somebody, you ask them a straight question, they can't give you a straight answer? That's talk without sense. You crazy. Give me 2 Ezra 5. 2 Ezra 5. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. This retardation is gonna increase in the earth. It's really already here. It's really already here. 2 Ezra 9. And I'm sorry, 5, read verse 9. I'm sorry. 5 and verse 9.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 9.
Uh-huh.
And salt waters shall be found in the sweet.
So it's going to be confusion here. It says salt water is going to be found in the sweet. Go ahead.
And all friends shall destroy one another.
It says, and all friends are going to destroy one another. This is a prophecy that the angel was giving Ezra. He said, look, salt water is going to be found in the sweet. Everything going to be turned upside down, flipped around. Friends going to destroy one another. Then what?
Then shall wit hide itself.
It says, then shall wit hide itself. Let's get the definition of wit. Go in the media chat. Let's get the definition of wit. Might have to go up just a bit. It's in the media chat. It should be somewhere close to what we put in there today. You see it? It's right next to unreasonable. Now, what is wit? Get the definition of that. Read
wit.
Uh-huh.
Noun.
Uh-huh. It's a noun.
Mental sharpness.
Wit is going to hide itself. Like 2 Ezra 5 and 9 says. Then shall wit hide itself. Mental sharpness is going to be gone.
Right.
Ain't nobody going to be able to think.
I like wit.
Everybody going to be retarded. Go ahead.
Come on.
Mental sharpness and what?
And inventiveness.
And inventiveness.
Keen intelligence.
Keen intelligence. Intelligence is going to be gone. Let's get some similars.
Similarities. Intelligence.
Gone.
Shrewdness.
Gone.
I don't know that word.
Astuteness.
Astuteness.
Gone.
Cleverness.
Gone.
Cannoneers.
Jump down to sharpness. Jump down, read sharpness, and then keep going.
Sharpness.
That's gone.
Sharp-wittedness.
Sharp-wittedness. Gone.
Sense.
Out the window.
Good sense.
Out the window.
Common sense.
Common sense. Now, now, am I lying? Is it not common sense? John Morant got into this situation. The first time, got suspended, cost him over $40 million. Is it not common sense that I ain't gonna do that no more? That's common sense. Not even 3 months. Barely 2 months later, I'm gonna do it again. Use a new food. Common sense gone. It's coming. It's here.
Man, come on.
Go. 2 Ezra 5. Let's go back.
Man.
It's here. Look at what the angel is telling Ezra. Then shall look. That's pretty much saying then shall retards overflood the earth. It's gonna be a whole bunch. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a whole bunch of Bobby Bouchers out here.
They coming too. Bunch of radios.
Hey. All right, read that again. 2 Ezra 5 and 9.
And salt water shall be found in the sweet.
And salt water shall be found in the sweet.
And all friends shall destroy one another.
All friends gonna destroy one another.
Then shall wit hide itself.
Wit gonna hide itself. It's gonna be a whole bunch of my mama said. Mama right, you're wrong. Go ahead.
And understanding.
And wit gonna hide itself. And understanding.
Withdraw itself into a secret chamber.
My understanding gonna hide, bro. Understanding is gonna hide itself.
Lack of understanding.
And it's gonna withdraw itself, and it's gonna go into a secret chamber. The world gonna be full of tardy folks. Do I want more on that? Read verse 10.
And shall be salt of many.
It's gonna be salt of many. Many people gonna be like, man, shoot, I need some common sense. I don't know what to do. Go ahead.
And yet not be found.
They ain't gonna be found.
Then shall unrighteousness and
continency.
Incontinency.
It says unrighteousness and incontinency. We know unrighteousness is not keeping of the commandments.
Right.
That's gonna be there. Then it says incontinency, meaning a lack of self-control.
Right.
People won't be able to control themselves. It said that's gonna be what?
Be multiplied upon the earth.
It's gonna be multiplied on the earth.
Extra.
Just imagine have a whole bunch of little John Morants around you. Bro, you in danger. You in danger. Come on, man. You got a whole bunch of dummies around you. You in trouble. You at wit's end. For real. Read verse 11.
One land also shall be asked another.
He said, one land also shall ask another.
And say.
What is going to say?
It's righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through thee.
He said, it's righteousness that make a man righteous. Did it go over there through you? Been over there? We over here across the street, super low over there. Super low over there. A man getting the bullhorn. Hey, y'all over there, super low. Anybody over there with some common sense? And what they going to say? And they should say what?
And they should say, no.
Hell no.
They dumb over here too.
And all of us dumb. Just retards, man. Tarded. You didn't even get the full word. We can call people retarded. You tarded. Give me 2 Ezra 9. And I got one more after that. Well, no, I'm going to actually end on 2 Ezra 9. And then I'm going to pass that thing to y'all let him take it on home. He got some heat that he want to bring. 2 Ezra 9, read verse 9.
9 and 9.
Because these tardy folk going to have to learn.
You're going to learn today.
They going to learn. But unfortunately, you're not going to learn it here.
Right.
2 Ezra 9 and 9.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 9, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Then shall they be in pitiful case.
Then shall they be in pitiful case.
Which now have abused my ways.
Which now have abused my ways. The Most High ain't giving no excuses. He ain't saying, oh, he just schizophrenic. He got multiple personality disorder.
Bless his heart.
He's an advanced narcissistic rage like me, myself, and Irene. No, you ain't Hank.
Sybil.
No, he said, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways
And they that have cast them away.
And they cast them away how?
Despitefully.
They doing this on purpose.
They
did it despitefully. Go ahead.
Shall dwell in torments.
Shall dwell in torments. Real quick, give me Romans 1. And you're going to find out why our people bugged out. See, a lot of times we don't understand. We looking like, man, why? And I was asking this question. I'm like, man, why? I was like, man, why are people tripping like this, man? Why they gone like that? It's a reason why. It was something that they did right before they went off the deep end. And this is what it is. Romans 1:28.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 28.
Uh-huh.
And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge.
Stop. That's the problem.
Man, what?
They did not like to retain God in their knowledge. And when you don't like to retain God in your knowledge, God's going to do this to you. Go ahead.
God gave them over to a reprobate mind.
He's going to give you over to a reprobate mind. Go ahead.
To do those things which are not convenient.
To do those things which are not convenient. So our people are out here, you're like, man, why this person always lying? Why this person always stealing? Why this person always want to cuss me out and I ain't did nothing to him? Because the Most High done gave him that tired spirit. That's the reason why he cuss you out. That's the reason why he doing all these works of unrighteousness. Because he or she did not like to retain God in their knowledge. So he gave them over to a man. Go ahead.
To do those things which are not convenient.
To do those things which are not convenient. Go ahead, verse 29.
Being filled with all unrighteousness.
He said fill them up with all unrighteousness. Get all of it to them. Go ahead.
Fornication.
Man, let them have that spirit of fornication on them.
Wickedness.
Let them have that spirit of wickedness on them.
Covetousness.
Let them have that spirit of covetousness, never being satisfied. That spirit of being insatiable. Go ahead.
Maliciousness.
Let them be malicious. Let them be violent and hateful.
Full of envy.
Let them be full of envy. I just envy this person and that person and this person too.
Murder.
Man, let them have the thought of murder all the time in their mind.
Debate.
Man, let them always want to debate on what this mean and what that mean.
Deceit.
Let them be a liar. Go ahead.
Malignity.
Malignity. I don't even know what that mean. What that mean is?
Malignity.
Evil what? You said evil-mindedness. You done lost your damn mind. Go ahead.
Malignity. Whisperers.
Give them the spirit of being a whisperer, just talking behind somebody's back. Give them that spirit. Go ahead.
Backbiters.
Let them be a backbiter.
Haters of God.
Haters of God. All of these, you retarded. Go ahead.
Despiteful.
Despiteful. That's why we pulled this off of what 2 Ezra 9:9 said. They despitefully put that behind their back.
Proud.
Don't this sound like a person with a multiple personality disorder? I'm going to give them malignity, deceit, whispers, backbiter, hater of God. Let me make them fornicate. Let me make them be covetous. You ran this John, you John today and you Jack tomorrow. Then you Jill because you feel like a woman on the inside. All of that. Let me give them all that multiple personality disorder.
You can identify as an animal.
That's all you is.
You know you can identify as an animal now, like a cat.
Man, you can identify as a dog, cat. I seen one lady married 3.
Man, what?
You want to be 6 years, all these different things. So it's like haters of God. What else? Despiteful. Proud. Boasters.
Inventors of evil things.
That's a multiple personality disorder. That's what the world say, but God said you just a reprobate.
Man, what?
Go ahead.
Disobedient to parents.
Disobedient to parents. You got unruly, crazy kids that don't want to listen to they corn dog clique. Corn dog clique cheering.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Without understanding.
Covenant breakers.
Without natural affection.
They not going to have natural affection. That's implacable.
I know that word. Yeah. Implacable?
Implacable, go ahead.
Unmerciful.
Watch this verse 32.
Who knowing the judgment of God.
This is why we pulled it.
Man, who knowing
doing it on purpose. You know the judgment of God. You know what the Most High feel about what you're doing. Man. You know the judgment of God. Go ahead.
That they which commit such things.
That they which commit such things
are worthy of death.
The Bible say you worthy of death. You know you worthy of death, and not only that, what else?
Not only do the same.
Not only do these things that they know that the Most High killed them behind,
but have pleasure in them that do them.
But got pleasure in them that do it. You a damn retard.
You like to see people go off and do
Sit on the floor and eat your food with these newspapers. Can't sit at the table. Going back to 2nd Ezra 9. 2nd Ezra 9, read verse 10.
Verse 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 10.
Now watch it, to give this disclaimer, we're not talking about folks that really do so. Like, say for instance, you might have somebody that got Down syndrome or something like that. This ain't what this about. We talking about people that appear to be sane in mind, but through actions they retarded. Right. We want to give that disclaimer.
Right.
All right, verse 10.
Verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits.
For such as in their life have received benefits. Go ahead.
And have not known me.
And have not known me. So you done lived your whole life, you receiving these benefits. The Most High giving you the ability to walk, talk, feed yourself, go to work, take care of your family, keep. You receiving these benefits, but you ain't really knowing the Most High. Go ahead.
And they that have loathed my law.
And they that have loathed my law.
While they had yet liberty.
You got liberty. You got liberty to do right now. He didn't kill you. Under the law of Moses, you died without mercy.
Man.
You died without the stuff that you doing right now. You would have been dead already without Christ's sacrifice. Man, you spitting on him. You trampling him under your feet, you damn dummy. You would have died. But he said, while they had liberty, go ahead.
And
when
as yet place of repentance was open unto them.
So place of repentance is open for our people. It's open unto you. Right now, they what?
Understood not. But despised.
Like I said, we ain't talking about nobody that's physically like that for real, but we talking about people that appear to be right. That's what you look like to the Most High. They understand that. Go ahead.
But despised.
But they despised it. Go ahead.
The same must know it after death by pain.
They gonna know it after death by pain. Go ahead, King.
That fire. All praise to the Most High. Give me the definition of mad. That's the only one I didn't put in there. Definition for the word mad. No, it's not in the media chat. That's the only one I didn't put in there. Yeah. It's like con. Mad. Hence the next precept is coming up. Mad. Because you'll see mad a lot in the scriptures. Mad. M-A-D. Mad. Mad dog. Mad. Mad Dog 2020. You got it right there? I think you had to pull one up, King. Okay, give me that. Mad.
This is mad. Adjective. Very angry.
Now bring me some similarities.
Want me to get the definition
right,
two?
give me definition 2.
Definition 2. Mentally ill, insane.
Mentally mad, mentally ill, or what?
Insane.
Or insane. Mentally ill or insane. We know when we keep the law, King, he read the precept in 1 Timothy, I believe. He would keep us in perfect peace. No, it's not what you read. You read, he has not given us the spirit of fear, but of peace and of a what? Sound mind. Because the opposite of being insane is sane. The opposite of being insane is what? A sound mind, right? So read it again.
Bad. Mentally ill.
Mentally ill. Come on.
Insane.
Insane. Get some more?
Similarities.
Similarities.
Insane.
Insane.
Mentally ill.
Mentally ill.
Certifiable.
Who?
Certifiable.
Come on.
Deranged.
Deranged. Come on.
Demented.
Demented. Come on.
Of sound mind.
Of sound mind.
Out of one's mind.
Out of your mind.
Not in one's right mind.
Not in one's right mind. What is it up there?
Sick in the head.
Sick in the head.
Not together.
Not together.
Crazy.
Oh, that's what I want. Crazy.
Crazed.
Crazed.
Lunatic.
Lunatic.
Non-compos mentis.
Who?
Non-compos mentis.
Oh, which means unable to comprehend. Read.
Unbalanced.
Who?
Unbalanced.
Unbalanced. This is mad, right? Mad. You got to be crazy, right? Squash that. Give me Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. That's why we try to tell our brothers and sisters, keep the law. When you don't keep the law, it's a curse on you. And all the curse, Deuteronomy 28 and Leviticus 26 go upon you. Read verse 15.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
Thus saith the Lord.
But it shall come to pass that if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
We done read this a whole lot. We done prophesied this. But we got to start reading precept a little more slower. With all I get, we want to be able to get some understanding. Read on.
To observe. To do all his commandments.
To observe. Observe means you are able to observe when you in your right mind. He said observe to do what?
All his commandments.
All his commandments, read.
And his statutes.
And his statutes.
Which I commanded thee this day.
Which I command thee this day.
That all these curses.
That all these curses.
Shall come upon thee.
Shall come upon thee.
And overtake thee.
And overtake thee. But just like Mount Naha proved today, that as soon the Bible closed, we forget what manner of man we are. When the Bible closed, we forget what manner of women y'all supposed to be. We go from being sane, reading, understanding, comprehension, to closing the Bible and right back in to insane. Give me verse 28. Read.
Verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
Stop playing with the Most High. His word will not come back to him void. He's not a man. He's God. He's a power. He's not a man that he should lie. Men lie. The Most High is not a liar. Read it again.
The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
We just found out what madness is. The Most High shall smite you with what?
With madness.
With madness.
And blindness.
And blindness.
And astonishment of heart.
And astonishment of heart. What does that mean? He gonna make you insane. He gonna put insanity on you. He gonna make you nutty as a nut ball. Now give me the video of the brother who was schizophrenic. Nutty, right? And again, for the brothers and sisters online, we're not doing this. We're not putting this out because of the brothers and sisters who are mentally ill. We're talking about the sane ones that appear to be sane, but are not. They're mental. This is how you look to a brother or a sister that's keeping the commandments. If you are one that don't keep the commandments or appear to be keeping the commandments, and a brother or sister who's keeping the commandments look at you, this is how you appear to them. This is how some of us appear to the Most High. Play it.
Right, because a person that's keeping the commandments, the Most High has given them discernment. That's why he tell you to try the spirit to see whether it be of God or no.
That's right.
I'm paraphrasing. So a person that's keeping the commandments, they can see you. Even though you think they see you. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Play that. And cut the volume up a little bit. This is how you look. This is how we look. If I separate from the commandments of the Most High God, this is how I'm going to appear to the Most High. Go ahead. And get some volume.
Do you feel anxious?
This is Israel, and it's not funny.
try to stay in my cell as much as possible.
How much of prison and jail is violence and having to sort of be on guard?
All the time.
All the time?
Yeah. I think that's just life is dangerous, so that's just how you gotta just to expect.
When you go from facility to facility, does your medical record follow you? So do they know?
Yeah, they know exactly what to give you,
okay.
Precisely what to give you.
They do, okay. So when you got here, they knew what to give you.
The first day I was here, they gave me my medication.
Stop right there.
That was good.
This is why the Most High gave us grace. He made us in his image. When you look at him, how does that make you feel? Toward him, sad. You feel sorry for him, don't it? That's why the Most High gave us grace. He feels sorry for us. We walking around like this is Israel. You got to talk to us slow so we can understand. You see how slow she talking to him? You see how she might have to repeat herself so he can comprehend? He's out of his mind. Not this brother, I'm explaining, or for an example. Right, metaphor, this is Israel. Keep playing it. It's sad, man.
If I don't get it, then I can't sleep.
I see. Okay. And what about Rikers Island? Did you get it at Rikers Island?
Yeah, but sometimes they play a lot of games on Rikers Island.
Like what kind of games?
Not, they, how can I explain it? Well, they're mean down there.
Say it, ain't it?
I can't
This is Israel.
it.
Stop right
New
there.
York City
That's
is
enough.
such a...
This is Israel. Israel are some lunatics. We suffer from, what's the word, schizophrenia? Give me the definition. Give me the similarities or the traits of being a schizophrenic. This is us. Con. This is us all day. And it's because, and we look like this to the world. They look at us like astonished. That's why you ought to be praised if you raising your kids correctly. All these nutty kids out here in the street, these our babies. The Most High smitten us with madness, with insanity. This is how we look in front of the Word. Go ahead and read that. These are the 5 main symptoms of schizophrenia.
The 5 main symptoms of schizophrenia.
Go ahead.
Delusion.
Delusions.
These are false beliefs that are not based in reality.
Israel got false beliefs. Israel believes things and take these false beliefs as reality. Stuff that is not reality, that's what we call reality. I'll give you an example. Our kids ride around with the music. They bumping, right, NBA Youngboy. That music immediately puts them in a fantasy world. They think they bulletproof. I asked Yehoshua last week, I was like, King, it's a whole lot of young folks just running lights. Why they running lights? I said, bro, it was a song I heard young Dolph play before he died. He said something about he don't slow down in light, he don't yield. He run through the red light. I'm going to find that song. Oh, wow. And I want Yehoshua to come and tell me what he told me about young folk when they listen to Dolph. Yehoshua, come here real quick. Is Yehoshua in there? Hey, give them your response of when me and you was talking about young Dolph and how young brothers and sisters running lights and everything. Hold on. Go ahead, so everybody can hear you. Go ahead. What was their response on why they run lights? You said when they listen to Lil Dolph, what? They idolize, they want to be just like him. He puts them in the fantasy world. He puts them in a world that's not really, right? It's not realistic. All right, go ahead. So that makes you, so now our children, our people, have one trait of schizophrenia. We live a life that's not really reality. The Most High even said, he said, I'm going to give you your worst fears. He said, no, matter of fact, let's get it. No, hold that and give me 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10. The Most High created us. Said we didn't want to serve him. He made a lot of nutballs, insane individuals. Down verse 11. Right, read that.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2.
Read verse 10.
Chapter 2 and verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish,
read,
because they receive not the love of the truth.
Because they don't want to keep these laws. They don't want the love of the truth. They don't want that. They want to do what they want to do. Because they receive not the love of the truth, read.
That they might be saved.
Because this is what's going to save Israel. This is what's going to give us salvation from our enemies. The love for the truth. But since you don't want to be saved, read.
And for this cause.
What's the cause? Verse 10. You don't want to keep no commandments. For this cause, read.
God shall send them strong delusion.
A strong delusion. Not reality. You're going to walk around in a delusional state. Read.
That they should believe a lie.
That they should believe a lie. The life that our people live is not reality. All they want to do is party all week, hang out at car doors, riot in the street. That's not reality. Sitting up all morning playing the video game without going to work. 25, 26, 30 years old, still living with mama. That's not reality. The world looks at you like that brother who was locked up in jail for 8 years. We are delusional. Go ahead. Come on.
Verse 12.
And I won't be long with this. Come on.
That they all might be damned.
And everybody who's in that schizophrenic mindset, you damned. It's just a matter of time. You're going to be judged soon. Go ahead.
Who believe not the truth.
Come on.
But had pleasure in unrighteousness.
But had pleasure in unrighteousness. Israel, we got to keep these laws. Go back to the 5. Or get Isaiah 6 and 4. And then we're going to go right back to the 5 traits of being a schizophrenic. And we're going to read one story and we're going to be out of here. We got to wake up, Israel. A lot of us are insane. What can keep us from being insane is not medication. It's the medication of the law. We got to do what our power told us to do. Read that.
The book of Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 4.
This is what God says. Read.
I also will choose your delusion.
I'm going to choose which unrealistic realities you believe. I'm going to choose that for you. I'm going to choose them for you. This is what the Most High, he's in control of it all. Who woke you up? Who woke you up from a delusional state? Now you believe the truth. Who woke you up? The Most High. If he's able to wake you up, damn it, he's able to put you back to sleep. It was a miracle we woke up. Man, look. Whoa, man, I ain't know. Deuteronomy 28:68. Bruh, man, I read that. Man, I've been reading about it all my life. And it's because you was insane. You was a schizophrenic. You was crazy.
Slock, you can. We talked about that last night. I think it might have been me, Zach, and Kyle. if you talking to somebody about these scriptures,
Right.
if you can't win them with Deuteronomy 28:68,
Right.
I don't know what else you're going to be able to help them.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. Right. They're unable. They are asleep. That's why, brothers and sisters, you need to separate yourself from family members, wicked family members. You online. The darkness can't comprehend the light. It can't comprehend the light. He said, I will choose their delusions. Read.
And will bring their fears upon them.
I'm going to bring that they fear, I'm going to bring it upon them. The Most High did that to you. If you're going through this right now, the Most High did it to you because you rebellious and you don't want to listen. Read.
Because when I call.
And when does he call? Through the law. Every Sabbath he calling. That's why we need to respect him. Father, we need to respect him, man. We need to respect our king, man. Right. Because when I call, what?
None did answer.
Who in here going to answer when he called? Raise your hand when you going to answer when he called you. Bruh, I got to answer. And I'm leaving everything that's BS behind. I don't give a damn who it is. Holler at you. Read.
When I spake,
read.
They did not hear.
They ain't hear. Read.
But they did evil before mine eyes.
They did evil before mine eyes. Don't think you hide. The Most High see everything. Read.
And chose that which I delighted not.
And they chose that in which I delighted not. Read verse 5.
Verse 5. Hear the word of the Lord, ye that tremble at his word.
Everybody don't tremble at his word because they schizophrenic. They insane. They dumbfounded. They delusional. They can't understand. They dwell in the darkness. They can't comprehend it. If you can't comprehend something, why would you shiver at it? You don't even understand it. You don't even understand what's the word I want to use? You don't even understand the repercussions of breaking this law. Like King said, he just read it beautifully in 2 Ezra 9. Bro, it's a blessing. Under Moses, some of us would have been dead under Moses' law. Now we got grace. You would have been dead, bro. I would have been dead. And we done forgot because we insane. We schizophrenic. Hear the word of the Lord, ye that tremble at his word. Read.
Your brethren that hated you,
come on.
that cast you out for my name's sake,
read.
Said, let the Lord be glorified.
But
he shall appear to your joy.
Stop right there. Go back to the traits of schizophrenic. So we found out one. Now, anybody in here got the traits, you check yourself. If you're unable to comprehend this word, you schizophrenic, you crazy. If you don't understand that you got to eat this word, man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out the mouth of God, even you sisters. If you can't comprehend this, you crazy. And you don't deserve nothing but death. If the Most High said, don't hate your brother and sister, you still doing it, you deserve to die for brothers too. First one, delusional. Delusions, read.
These are false beliefs.
False beliefs, read.
That are not based in reality.
That are not based in reality. Because in reality, America is about to be destroyed with thermonuclear fire. All the elements shall be burned up. That's reality. Not the picket fence, not the big house, not the bank account, none of that. Destruction. Read.
Hallucinations.
Oh, hallucinations. That's another part of being schizophrenic. What are hallucinations?
These usually involve seeing or hearing things that don't exist.
Things that don't really exist. Hallucinations. Hallucinate. Oh, we don't hallucinate, y'all. We don't hallucinate. We do. I'm gonna show you something. Keep reading.
Disorganized thinking.
This can't seem to think straight. Like we said last night, how you gonna get on your children and you doing the same thing they doing? You think the Bible, like Paul said, you think you're gonna escape the judgment of God just because you preach against it? Just because you whoop somebody's tail for doing it? You doing it too. You a hypocrite. Read.
Speech. Disorganized thinking.
Disorganized thinking
is inferred.
And speech.
From disorganized speech.
From disorganized speech. Read.
Extremely.
What?
Extremely.
What?
Extremely.
It ain't normal. It's extreme. That's why the Most High said, I'm going to put madness on you and astonishment of eyes. When people look at you, they can be like, God, that man is a nutball. That's why we get no respect from the nations. They did fear us. They don't give a damn. They're going to blow your brains out and ain't going to get off. Because you're an astonishment. And if anybody had any sense, they would want to get up out this condition. But we love it. The Bible said we love to have it that way. Look at that fool out there dance. They love being called a fool. Read.
Extremely disorganized or abnormal motor behavior.
Or abnormal behavior. Read the last one.
Negative symptoms.
Negative symptoms. Give me the article of schizophrenia real quick. And we're going to get a few precepts. Remember hallucinations? Seeing stuff that's not really there. Oh, we don't go through that right now, King. Yes, we do. Right today, we are hallucinating. Blow that up. I ain't going to be long with this. I got one story of David, and we're going to go home. But let's eat together. We already ate 2 plates. Our last plate. And we're going to come all of them. Right. All of us going to leave here full. Then we're going to go get some physical food. But let's eat spiritually. Because we don't want to die in Egypt. We don't want to die in America. Let's get the hell up out of here. Let's eat together. What they say?
Hallucinations. Noun. An experience in which you see, hear, feel, or smell something that does not exist.
Whoa. Read it again.
Hallucinations. Noun. An experience in which you see, hear, feel, or smell something that does not exist. Usually because you are ill or have taken a drug.
A lot of us have just left Christianity. Christianity is a hell of a what? It's a hell of a drug. I'm going to show you something in a minute. Now give me the next article on hallucination. This is us all day. Hallucinations. No, it ain't no. We don't do that. How the hell we do? Right there. Now watch this. These curses shall be passed down from what? Generation to what? Give me a read on the genetics. Now, matter of fact, read the first one up there. Go top. Read up top.
On the article.
Go ahead.
Approximately 200,000 people are developing schizophrenia every year.
Read.
Schizophrenia is not curable.
Say what?
It's not curable.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. The brother just read approximately 200,000 people are developing schizophrenia every year. They say every year, right? So what did we read in 2 Ezra 5 and 9 and 10? It says wit gonna hide itself, understanding is gonna withdraw itself, incontinency and all of that is going to multiply in the earth. So if it's saying 200,000 people per year,
right?
It's being that's profit.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It's growing. Schizophrenic. Nutball. Go ahead.
Schizophrenia is not curable.
It what?
It's not curable.
Who can cure this schizophrenia? The law.
Yes.
The law. The law wasn't given to no one but Israel. We're able to be cured. We the only one been cursed with madness. We the only one been cursed with schizophrenia.
However,
However,
a therapist
can
treat it with counseling.
Oh, we the therapists. We can treat it with what?
With counseling.
The Bible said do nothing without what? Counseling. Read.
Medication.
What's the medication? The scriptures. Go ahead.
And other care services.
And other care services, like calling your brother and sister, how you doing? You all right? This the only thing that can help schizophrenic. A schizophrenic. Go ahead.
Schizophrenia can include a variety of symptoms.
A variety of symptoms. We just read 5 symptoms of being a schizophrenic. Go ahead.
Common symptoms include withdrawal.
Come on, withdrawal.
Withdrawal from day-to-day life.
Come on.
And unreal perceptions.
Oh, who?
Unreal perceptions.
Perceptions that are not real. A lot of us mad at a brother off of perception. It ain't real. You perceived that it was that, but it was really this. Sister's mad at her sister because of what? Perceptions. You thought she said that, but she really said this and she meant that. That's a schizophrenic. They talking about me. Who suffered from that? They talking about me. You schizophrenic. Am I talking about you?
The world say is schizophrenic. The Most High say is evil suspicion.
Evil suspicion. Come on, y'all. We got to wake up, y'all. This is Israel. This is Israelites. From day to day, this is every day, and unreal perceptions. Read.
The condition involves.
This condition involves.
The breaking down of a person's thoughts.
It's breaking down your understanding. We're reading Psalms 111, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that keep his commandments. When you ain't keep no commandments every day, your thoughts, your thinking, your perceptions, not perception, but your common sense level is going down, 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 down. It increases. Go ahead.
The condition involves
the breaking down
of a person's thoughts.
Come on.
Their emotions. And their behavior.
Patience. What do they call our women? What do the other nations call our women? The unstable creature or the mad black woman? Why? It's because she under the same curse as we are. Come on.
Patients with schizophrenia.
Can
have a difficult time attending school.
Oh, that's why a brother can't come to Sabbath class. Teach. Thank you. I forgot about that. That's why a brother can't come to Sabbath class. That's why sister me, you schizophrenic. Patients with schizophrenia can have a difficult time attending school
and maintaining a profession.
And maintaining a position.
Profession.
They can't do the work. Can't do the work. Somebody put you in charge, a sister in charge of cleaning the school up. They may clean the school about 2-3 weeks. After that, what's sister in? I don't know. When a person with schizophrenia is not consistent in nothing. Our brother, he was going to camp, doing good, all of a sudden, you don't see him no more. He's a schizophrenic. He leaving off from the commandments. Most High said, keep my commandments and what? Live, man. This is why we go crazy when brothers break the law. We don't want to die. We want to get out of captivity. But then we looking at you like we just saw the brother who locked up. He asked me, they just treat me bad. And we look at you like, man, we feel sorry for our brother, man. Don't you know? The same way, brother. Now watch this. These curses are going to go down through generation to generation, right? We thinking just one person might be schizophrenic, one person might suffer from mental illness. No, all of us. Read that right there.
Genetics.
Come on, genetics.
Schizophrenia.
Oh, genetics, genes, generation, genealogy. Read.
Schizophrenia can be hereditary.
Whoa. How can you, how does a doctor diagnose somebody with schizophrenia or any sickness? They got to first see, is it in their family genes? They can't give you no medicine. They got to see who in your family dealing with this. Go ahead, read.
Generally, a therapist will discuss family history.
Come on.
And hereditary medical conditions.
Come on.
When they suspect that a patient could be showing symptoms of schizophrenia.
Come on.
We have yet to discover if a particular gene can contribute to an increased likelihood of developing schizophrenia.
Read.
However, research does show that genetics may play a role in who is more likely to develop schizophrenia or other similar mental illnesses.
Stop. What did he say again?
Researchers does show that
Research does show that what?
That genetics.
That what?
That genetics.
That what?
That genetics.
Genetics. How did the Most High pass down schizophrenia? How did he pass down madness? Through generation. Not keeping commandments. And do it just trouble that generation? It goes down every last generation. Go ahead, King.
We pull this scripture. It's a classic. Everybody know this. Hosea 4:6. That's schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia. Come on. We almost done with this, but I want you to see this.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6.
Come on.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
My people are schizophrenic. They're nutballs. They're nut jobs. They're insane in the membrane. One of the hot songs. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Come on. Yeah, right. Come on. He was rapping about our condition. Go ahead.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
They are schizophrenic. They are mentally ill because they lack knowledge. Come on.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Read.
I will also reject thee.
Read.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
Read.
Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law
Read.
of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
I will also forget your children.
So that's how it came. That's how it became genetic right here.
Right, genetic.
He said, I will also
forget thy children. This going on, y'all, right here in the nation of Israel. You know what made Israel, and let me tell you, what made Israel so beautiful? The law. Our connection with our God made us beautiful above all nations. Now we ain't got that. Now we the opposite of beauty. Go back. What we was? Yeah, because I'm not finna get all this. Go back to Isaiah. Oh, the article. Yeah, we're through with the article. Give me hallucinations. Give me the video, David Taylor. We're going to bring him to class. We said earlier, most of us prophesy on the street, and we say Christianity is a hell of a drug, right? Christianity will have you hallucinating. Right there. Christianity the Lord has been any other religion other than the right one will have you hallucinating. Play that. Now, we played this at the old school. We're going to play it again. Come on. Oh, come on. Hallucinations. These are traits of being a schizophrenic. Pills ain't going to cure this. Keeping the commandments going to cure it, y'all. It's going to put us back where we need to be on top of all nations. We got to come back. Yeah, this man here, to give you a small commentary to you who have not seen it, this man here made millions of dollars off of Christians, so-called Christians, telling them that when you come to my service, you're going to meet Christ. Christ going to come and show up on stage with me. They wanted to be there on the appointment. He said dates. He had 3 dates. Folks coming to see it, thinking Jesus going to show up. Go ahead, hallucinating.
The Lord has been continually working with David E. Taylor in person, face to face, to touch his people himself.
Stop. You got to be crazy. Who is that white man? Hallucinating. Yeah. Hallucination. Now watch this. Go back to the beginning, play it again. Christianity
Touch
is a
his
hell of a
people
drug.
himself.
The Lord just appeared to me a moment ago and said to me, tomorrow night, I am going to walk in the room on the stage.
Go back. He said, Jesus Christ spoke to him and said, I'm going to appear to you. I'm going to come in the room. Hallucinating. This is one trait of being a schizophrenic. Go back a little bit and play it. Matter of fact, go all the way back. Play it
The
on.
Lord has been continually working with David E. Taylor in person, face to face, to touch his people himself.
The Lord just appeared to me a moment ago and said to me, tomorrow night, I am going to walk in the room on the stage and I'm going to touch my people myself. He just walked up here. He says, I want you to get off the stage. Jesus, lift your hands right now. Tell him you want that glory. Come on. You want that face-to-face glory on your life. Ask him, tell him you want the face-to-face glory of God on your life.
During last year's crusade against cancer, Jesus promised David E. Taylor once again that he was going to come and make a special visitation to touch his people.
The Lord said to me just a few days ago, he says, tell them I'm going to make another appearance in this building on earth again, doing the cancer crusade. That's what he said to me. There he is. Yes. The Lord just walked on the stage. I honor you, Lord. He just told me to get off the stage. Thank you.
After many were healed, Jesus fulfilled his promise and stood on the stage, personally touching and blessing his people himself.
Jesus is here.
During this holy moment, a woman who was a skeptic and doubted whether Jesus was there decided to take a picture. Incredibly, the Lord is seen in the picture exactly where David E. Taylor told the people he was standing.
Stop! You can't make this up. He said a lady who was a skeptic, like I don't believe, she took a picture and look, there goes Jesus. Not the Jesus I know. All right, go ahead and play it.
David E. Taylor told the people he was standing.
You took it by faith.
Yes.
Because I know you didn't see nobody up there.
No.
So you wanted to see if somebody was up there.
Yes.
And you took the picture.
I sure did.
At the 2015 One Night with the King.
Get them out of here. Security, come get David Taylor the hell out of here. And look, and you can watch it later. This same David Taylor, the IRS brought him up on tax evading charges. Watch it later. I put it right. Bruh, he was having a hard time with that white
Celebration. Jesus won.
All right. Enough of that. Let's go to one of our forefathers, and we go in with our forefather. Give me 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel 21. 1 Samuel 21. We're gonna end with our forefather, one of our forefathers, David. Now watch this. Now just to give you a little commentary, David has been promised, certified by the Most High to be king of Israel. But he got one problem. He got Saul chasing him, looking for him to kill him. Have anybody in here ever had somebody that you knew wanted to kill you, looking for you in the streets? Come on. David knew Saul was looking for him to kill him, okay? I'm trying to set the stage. David knew Saul was looking for him to kill him. Saul is still king. He's still the president of Israel at this time. But Saul also knew that the Most High took the kingdom from him and gave it to David. All this is going on. So David is going from state to state in Israel on the run from Saul. Keep that in mind as we read this. Now, verse 1, he's made it to the priest. Go ahead and read that.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 21, and verse 1. Then came David.
Okay. Then came David Go ahead.
To Ahimelech, the priest. And Ahimelech was afraid at the meeting of David.
He was afraid at the meeting of David. Read.
And said unto him,
what did he say?
Why art thou alone?
Why art thou alone? Why you by yourself? Have you ever seen the president of the United States go anywhere by himself? He got protection, right? David is a mighty man of war. So the priest asked him, hold on, man, why you by yourself? What's going on with this? He was scared. Hold on, man, something going on. When you trying to fit in, you really stand out. When you trying to fit, David was trying to fit in because he was on the run from Saul. When you do that, you really stand out. Everybody see you, but you think you hide. Go ahead.
And no man with thee.
Go ahead.
And David said unto Ahimelech, the priest, the king had commanded me a business.
The king, now if you read the chapter before, him and Jonathan lying about what Jonathan gonna tell his daddy because his daddy looking for Saul. So they making up stuff on how they gonna do. I'm gonna shoot an arrow this way, and then if you see the arrow, then you know, boom, boom, boom. They making up stories. They lying. David lied even more. He said, the king have sent me, the king have commanded me a business. Now, what was the king's business at this time? The king's business was what? To kill David. That's the king's business. So he ain't lying, but he lying. He said, the king have commanded me a business. Read.
Me a business, and had said unto me, let no man know anything of the business whereabout I send thee.
He's still lying. He said, the king sent me on a business and told me don't tell nobody about this business. Read.
And what I have commanded thee.
And what I have commanded thee. Go ahead.
And I have appointed my servant.
And I have appointed my servant.
To such and such a place.
And I have appointed my servants, my men, to such and such a place. That's why I'm by myself right now. David showed up by himself, man. The priest knows something up with that. Man, why this mighty man, this ruler, this king? Because some of them either heard the anointing that Saul or Samuel put on David and said, the son of Jesse, you're going to be king. It was some folks there when Samuel tore the kingdom from Saul. They seen that. So they knowing, something going on. That's the way it be with us. When we start lying, when we trying to fit in, when we trying to hide, you really standing out, and we looking at you like, hold on, bro, something wrong with that, man. Go ahead.
Verse 3.
Go ahead.
Now, therefore, what is under thine hand?
Now, David said, now, therefore, what is under thine hand? Question. Go ahead.
Give me 5 loaves of bread.
Because David really came by himself. He ain't got no bread. He needs some food. He on the run. Go ahead.
In my hand.
In my hand.
Or what there is present.
Or whatever you got. Read.
And the priest answered David.
What did he say?
And said.
What did he say?
There is no common bread under my hand.
Ain't no common bread here. Ain't no regular bread here, David. I know you're hungry, but ain't no regular bread here. Go ahead.
But there is hallowed bread.
But there's hallowed bread here. He the priest. Anybody remember the showbread? How many pieces of showbread was supposed to be in the temple on the table of showbread? How many pieces? Give me Leviticus 24. You should know that. He at the priest. He at the temple. He said, give me some bread. The priest said, we ain't got no regular bread. But all the bread we got is the consecrated bread. Go down to verse, what do I want? Go down. Okay, let me look at it. Leviticus 24. Go down a little bit. Go down. The showbread. Yeah. Go back to verse 8. Is that it? No, go down. That's not what I want. Go down. Go down. Hold on. Leviticus 24, go down. Go back up, King. Yeah, that's 5. Hold on. Yeah, that's it. Read verse 5. Read verse 4.
Verse 4. Leviticus 24 and verse 4.
Come on.
He shall order the lamps upon the pure candlestick before the Lord continually.
This is inside the temple. Come on.
And thou shalt take fine flour.
Fine flour.
And bake 12 cakes
How
thereof.
many cakes?
12 cakes
12
thereof.
cakes. Now just guess what those 12 cakes represent. The 12 tribes of Israel. Come on.
2 tent deals shall be in one cake.
Read.
And thou shalt set them in 2 rows.
You shall set the bread in 2 rows of what?
6 on a row.
Put 6 on one side of the table, 6 loaves of bread, and what?
On the pure table before the Lord.
Thou shalt set them in 2 rows, 6 on a row. That means I want 6 loaves of bread on this side of the table, and I want 6 loaves of bread on this side, which means the Most High is our provision. He take care of us. David in trouble. He don't realize because he's insane. He's schizophrenic right now. And when you're schizophrenic, you don't see the call of the Most High. You don't see the Most High working right there with you the whole time. Because if he would have recognized that, he would have understood that the Most High is my help. Man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. He too busy thinking about physical bread, and he missed the meaning of the show bread. Read.
And thou shalt put pure frankincense upon each row.
Read.
That it may be upon the bread for a memorial.
Read.
Even an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
Come on.
Every Sabbath.
Every what?
Every Sabbath.
Every Sabbath it was supposed to be fresh bread in the temple. 12 loaves. 6 on one side, 6 on the other side. Read.
He shall set in order before the Lord continually.
Continually, read.
Being taken from the children of Israel.
Being taken from the children of Israel.
By an everlasting covenant.
As a what?
By an everlasting covenant.
Bruh. Read.
And it shall be Aaron's and his sons.
And it shall be Aaron and his sons.
And they shall eat it in the holy place.
They shall eat it in the holy place.
For it is most holy unto him of the offerings of the Lord made by fire.
For the offering of the Lord made by fire.
By a perpetual statute.
By a perpetual state. Go back. So this is a showbread that was in the temple. It was been put in there every Sabbath day. Now when the bread got to the next Sabbath day, guess what happened to the bread? It's being replaced by what? By 12 more loaves. So we got bread that needs to be eaten. The Most High said in Exodus, the old bread, give it to Aaron and his son. They can eat it. It's a holy thing. It's consecrated bread. That's why the priest was like, man, we don't have no regular bread, but we got this holy bread in here. Read.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 21, starting at verse 4.
Come on, we almost done with this. Come on.
And the priest answered David and said,
come on.
There is no common bread under
mine hand. Ain't no common bread. Read.
But there is hollow bread.
There is hollow bread.
If the young men have kept themselves, at least from women. And David answered the priest and said unto him,
read.
Of a truth, women have been kept from us about these 3 days since I came out, and the vessels of the young men are holy.
Now he's saying, yeah, we can eat this bread because the king, the priest knew that this bread is holy. He can't just give it to anybody. So he asked David, are y'all pure women? Are y'all clean? He said, man, we ain't been dealing with no women right now, man. He said, we clean. He said, give me this bread. Go ahead.
And the bread is in a manner common. Yea, though it were sanctified this day in the vessel.
Read.
So the priest gave him hallowed bread.
He gave him the hallowed bread. And Christ made mention of that. Read.
For there was no bread there but the shew bread.
It was no bread but the show bread. Come on.
That was taken from before the Lord.
Come on.
To put hot bread in the day when it was taken away.
That's what. So on the day of the Sabbath, the old bread is taken away out of the temple to make room for what? Hot bread. So it could be there for the next 7 days, right? So that old bread, like, and we mentioned this last night, in dealing with any pagan god, they'll put food before the god. And that food will get old, and somebody might sneak in there and eat it to make you think that God was alive. But our God said, I want Aaron and them to eat this bread. This consecrated bread, right? Right, so it ain't even go bad. Come on, read that. Come on.
Now, a certain man of the servants of Saul.
Now, I'm going to show you, we almost done with this. I'm going to show you how lying and your insanity and your schizophrenia can not only get you in trouble, but the ones around you in trouble. When you doing that, your enemy is always around. Go ahead and read that.
Verse 7. Now, a certain man of the servants of Saul.
Now when David is in front of the priest, it says a certain servant of who?
Of Saul.
Of who?
Of Saul.
Of Saul. Who looking for David?
Saul.
Saul. It's a servant of Saul in the same place. Looking at David. What his name was
there that day. Detained before the Lord.
He was detained. He was a servant. Read.
And his name was Doe.
His name was who?
Was Doe.
Read.
In the Edomite.
Doeg. Go ahead.
Doeg. Was in Edomite.
He was a what?
In Edomite.
So Saul had a slave by the name of Doeg. He was an Edomite. He was the chief of the herdsmen of Saul, of slavery. Read that.
The chiefest of the herdmen that belonged to Saul.
Keep reading. He looking at David. Read.
And David said unto Ahimelech.
Come on.
And is there not here under thine hand spear or sword?
Now David came with no food, showing he on the run. He coming with no food. This is David, mighty man. He just showed up to the priest with no food. He give him food. Then he showed up with no weapon. Then why he like, hold on, man, something weird, bro. He said, and is there not here under thine hand a spear and sword? This is David speaking. Read on.
For I have neither brought my sword nor my weapons
I ain't
with
brought
me.
nothing with because he on the run. But he lying trying to get provisions. Go ahead.
Because the king's business required haste.
I didn't bring none with me because the king's business, he told me go do it quick. Still lying. David still lying, bro. Why? Because he's afraid. Go ahead.
And the priest said,
what did he say?
The sword of Goliath.
He said, the sword of Goliath.
The Philistine.
The Philistine.
Whom thou slewest in the valley of Elah.
Whom you killed. Read.
Behold, it is wrapped in a cloth behind the ephod.
He said, I got his spear and his sword. It's wrapped up in the ephod. I got that. You want that? Read.
If thou wilt take that,
read.
Take it.
He said, you want to take that? Take it, David. David ain't got nothing with him. The priest looking like something weird, something wrong. And that's how the Most High looks it up. Something wrong with you. Something going on. Go ahead.
For there is no other save that here.
It ain't no other weapon here, David, except that. Come on.
And David said,
what did he say?
There is none like that.
It ain't none like that. Give me that. Go ahead.
Give it me.
Give it to me. Keep reading.
Verse 10.
Come on.
And David arose.
He rose.
And fled that day.
And he got on down.
For fear of Saul.
So he making his stops. He comes to go on spot to spot because Saul looking for him. If you ain't never had nobody looking for you to either fight you or kill you, you really don't understand what David going through right now. But at the same time, while Saul looking for him to kill him, he done forgot that the Most High told him he going to be king. That's how a schizophrenic walk around. We've been told by the Most High that we're going to be kings and priests. But we so crazy and deranged, we around here flogging. And because we're afraid. Go ahead and read. Watch this.
And David arose.
He arose.
And fled that day for fear of Saul.
Come on.
And went to Achish, the king of Gath.
He then went to the Philistines. Being that schizophrenic, you'll end up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because you crazy, deranged, a nutball. You in the wrong place at the wrong time. If you had the right mind, if David had the right mind, he never would have ended up in the land of the Philistines. Why? You got Goliath's sword and spear, then you in his land. You think the folk forgot what you did to Goliath? They ain't forgot that. But because you are schizophrenic and you ain't keeping no laws, you don't see that. You don't even comprehend. Go ahead.
Verse 11.
Almost done with it. Come on.
And the servants of Achish said unto him,
come on.
Is not this David,
they
the king
recognize
of the land?
him. Is this not David, the king of the land? Watch this. Go ahead.
Did they not sing one to another of him?
Did they not sing? Because David used to write music. He used to write songs. Everybody heard about the song. Read. Is this not David, the king of the land? Because I told you, folks already knew the blessing the Most High put through Samuel to bless David as being king. Folks knew that. But by you not keeping the law and you being that schizophrenic, you don't see that. That's why we always end up in some kind of bull crap because we so busy not keeping the commandments, not trusting the Most High, and we get ourselves caught up. How David getting caught up. David getting caught up. He putting himself in this position because he's fearful and he lying. Keep reading.
Did they not sing one to another of him in dances?
Come on.
Saying, Saul had slain his 1,000.
Saul had slain his 1,000.
And David his 10,000.
And David killed his 10,000. There was a hot song that was going on in the land of Israel. Everybody heard this song. He said, ain't this David? Now somebody recognize you. Now you in sin. Have you ever been doing something wrong?
That new money bag.
And somebody pull up a gun. Have you ever been in sin? You know you in sin. You know you doing something wrong. You out there driving, everything cool. You bumping some music. You bumping money bag, yo. You bumping in the car. You an Israelite. Somebody pull up on next to you out here like, ain't that quiet, y'all?
Ain't that sister such and such?
Yeah, over there.
She bumping Tatiana.
Right, ain't he a priest? Don't he be down to Isaac? Is that him? This is what's going on. Watch this. And look, and when you get caught up, this is how you going to feel too. Read that.
And David, verse 12, and David laid up these words in his heart.
He took up them words. He got scared. That's how we end up. We on the road. We kicking. We in sin. Somebody done seen us with another man's wife. And soon we see, you immediately get scared because your life is threatened. Come on. Your life is threatened. You in trouble. You've been exposed. David has been exposed. He laid the words up in his heart. Read.
And was so afraid.
He was so afraid. Them folks recognized who he was, man. They recognized. Now, this is what he do. He already got the trace of a schizophrenic. He the king of Israel. He didn't get the throne yet, but he been told by God through Samuel, you king. But he in the wrong. He too busy lying. He too busy afraid of Saul. He in the wrong land. He on the wrong territory, all because he ain't keeping no commandments. He done heard these folks recognize him. Ain't this David? He done got scared. Watch what he started doing. Read.
And was so afraid of A.S.A.A.C, the king of Gath.
He was afraid. Read.
Verse 13. And he changed his behavior before them.
He changed what? Hold on.
And he changed his behavior before them.
He changed his behavior. The body is always going to do what the mind say do. So if you already thinking like a schizophrenic, you thinking like one who got mental illness, it ain't nothing but a matter of time till you start acting like one. He said, and he changed his behavior once they found out who he was. He changed his behavior, read.
And feigned himself mad in their hands.
He started to pretend himself to be what?
Mad in their hands.
Crazy as hell. They recognized who he was. Like, damn. Read.
And scrabbled on the doors of the gate.
He started scrabbling on the door like you're a crazy madman. Read.
And let his spittle fall down
He
upon his
acting
beard.
like he crazy. He allowed his spit to come out of his mouth, slap down his beard. He was acting mad. He was acting like a nutball. Because somebody didn't recognize who he was. He trying to disguise himself, so he started disguising himself as a madman. As a schizophrenic. He was already schizophrenic in the mind. It was only a matter of time till that thing come out. You can't hide it. Go ahead.
Verse 14. Then said A.S.A.A.C unto his servants.
Come on.
Lo, ye see the man is mad?
He said, lo, you see this man is crazy. Go ahead.
Wherefore then have ye brought him to me?
What the hell you brought this man to me for, man? Read.
Have I need of madmen?
Do I have a need of more crazy MFs? Come on.
That ye have brought this fellow to play?
Do I need more crazy men that you have brought this fellow to what?
To play the madman in my presence?
Read.
Shall this fellow come into my house?
Read.
David.
That's it. Shall this fellow come into my house? That's it on that?
Yes.
That's it on that. Give me 22 and we finna end this. Now, I don't want all this. I don't want all this. Go down. Read verse 6. Let me see 6. It's 6 right there. Now watch this. This is how your lies can get everybody who you know in trouble. Read.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 22 and verse 6.
And we're going to end here. Come on.
When Saul heard that David was discovered.
When Saul had heard that David was discovered.
And the men that were with him. Now Saul abode in Gibeah.
Come on.
Under a tree in Ramah.
Okay, Saul on the run. Saul looking for David. He chilling at Ramah under a tree. Come on.
Having his spear in his hand.
He had his spear in his hand.
And all his servants were standing about him.
He got all his servants because they looking for David, man. Saul wanted to kill this man, bro. He wasn't going to rest till this man is dead. Go ahead.
Then Saul said unto his servants.
He said to his boys around him, go ahead.
That stood about him.
What he say?
Hear now, ye Benjamites.
He said, hear now, ye Benjamites, because he rode with his family. Saul was a Benjamite, so he got Benjamites around him. David was from the house of who? Judah. So you got Judah fighting Benjamin. Go ahead.
Will the son of Jesse give every one of you fields and vineyards, and make you all captains of thousands and captains of hundreds?
He said, are you going to allow this son of Jesse, man, to bribe y'all, man? I know y'all know the Most High gave him, you know what I'm saying, the royalty and gave him a throne. He going to, you know, you think he going to give y'all, you know what I'm saying, vineyards and make y'all captains of 100? Are y'all really loyal to me? Read.
Verse 8.
Come on.
That all of you have conspired against me.
All y'all really against me. This is what Saul's saying. Come on.
And there is none that showeth me that my son hath made a league with the son of Jesse.
Ain't nobody around here showing me how Jonathan then crossed me for David. All y'all around me, y'all don't fool with me, bro. This is what Saul's saying. Read.
And there is none of you that is sorry for me.
Ain't none of y'all that's sorry for me. This is how Saul thinking. Read.
Or showeth unto me.
Come on.
Or showeth unto me that my son has stirred up my servant against me.
Read.
To lie in wait.
To lie in wait.
As at this day.
As at this day. Now you remember that Edomite? When David pulled up at the priest, at the temple, remember that Edomite that was in there? Read.
Verse 9. Then answered Doeg the Edomite.
Then answered Doeg. What Doeg gonna say?
Which was set over the servants of Saul.
Go ahead.
And said.
Hold on.
Salagi. And Saul is schizophrenic in this moment too.
Right.
Because he lied and said David was looking for him.
Right.
He lied and said David was lying in wait for him.
Right.
But go ahead.
Right, Smith
verse
Madness.
Verse 9 again, Salagi.
Read verse 9 again.
Verse 9. Then answered Doeg the Edomite.
Right.
Which was set over the servants of Saul.
Come on.
And said, I saw the son of Jesse coming to Nob.
I saw the son of Jesse coming to what?
To Nob.
He's snitching. He telling Saul, man, I just seen David in Nod. Read.
To Ahimelech, the son of Ahitub.
I just saw him at the temple with the priest. He's snitching. Go ahead.
And he inquired of the Lord for him.
Come on.
And gave him victuals. And gave him the sword of Goliath, the Philistine.
He telling him everything. Go ahead. We almost done with this. Come on.
Then the king sent to call Ahimelech, the priest.
This is how your lying and your schizophrenia can get folks killed, man. Read.
The son of Ahitub, and all his father's house.
Come on.
The priests that were in Nob. And they came all of them to the king.
He's snitching on the king and the priest. He telling everything. He said, man, all them folk help David, man. The one who you hate, I'm with you, man. Man, them folk gave that man bread and a sword, man. Yeah, to go kill you, Saul. Read.
Verse 12.
Come on.
And Saul said,
what'd he say?
Hear now, thou son of Ahitub. And he answered, Here I am.
He went to Ahitub and said, hey, man, come here for a minute. Go ahead.
Here I am, my Lord.
Here I am, my Lord.
And Saul said unto him,
what'd he say?
Why have ye conspired against me?
Man, why have you conspired against me, man? Why you around here talking behind my back for, man? What's up? Read.
Thou and the son of Jesse.
Thou, you and David. Read.
And that thou hast given him bread.
How you gonna get that man some bread? You know what I'm looking for. I'm the king. Read.
And a sword.
And a sword.
And has inquired of God for
then
him.
You done went to God on his behalf, man. How you gonna do me like that? Read on.
That he should rise against me.
Come on.
And lie in wait.
Come on.
As at this day.
Read.
And then Ahimelech answered the king.
What he say?
And said.
Read.
And who is so faithful among all thy servants as David?
Who is so faithful among all the servants of David? Come on.
Which is the king's son-in-law.
Come on.
And goeth at thy bidding. and is honorable in thine house.
Who is more honorable than David, King? Come on.
Did I then begin to inquire of God for him?
Come on.
Be it far from me.
Be it far from me, King. Come on.
Let not the king impute anything upon his servant.
Don't let the king blame me, man. I just was doing what I thought was right. Read.
Nor to all the house of my father.
Come on.
For thy servant knew nothing of all this.
I didn't know everything. David didn't tell me everything. I was asking him why he was here by himself. I asked him why he come up here, he asked for bread. I was asking him why he come here, he ain't had no weapon. I was trying to find out, but I ain't know. He ain't lying. Read.
Salah.
Come on.
For thy servants knew nothing of all this.
I ain't know nothing. We ain't know nothing about what David was doing, man. We finna end. Come on.
And the king said,
come on.
Thou shalt surely die, Ahimelech.
The king said, you gonna die, man. I done heard what you said. You still finna get put to damn death. Because you conspired against me. You knew something. Read.
Thou and all thy father's house.
You and all your daughter, your son, all y'all finna get put to death, man. Read.
And the king said unto the footmen that stood about him.
The king said to the footmen, he said to the Benjamite, what did he say?
Turn. And slay the priests of the Lord.
He said, you Benjamites, kill every last one of them. He said, go kill your brothers. Because they were his brothers. Go kill every last one of them. Read.
Because their hand also is with David.
They hand with David. Go kill him for me. Read.
And because they knew when he fled.
Come on.
And did not show it to me.
They knew where he fled to and didn't even tell me. Come on.
But the servants of the king would not put forth their hand.
The Benjamite would not do it. Read.
To fall upon the priest of the Lord.
This is why you shouldn't lie. This is why you need to get out of that schizophrenic mind state. This is why you need to wake the hell up, because what you doing, your lies can get not only you killed, but the ones around you. Now, your brothers didn't want to put them to death. Watch this. Read.
Verse 18. And the king said unto Doeg.
Oh, the Edomite. Now, the Benjamites don't want to kill you. My footmen don't want to kill these priests and all his house. You know who might do it? The Edomite. Doeg, come here, man. Read.
Turn thou.
Yeah, he might sound wicked as hell, bro. Read.
Turn thou.
He said, Doeg, turn thou. Read.
And fall upon the priests.
Kill these priests. Read.
And Doeg the Edomite turned.
And
he fell upon the priests.
He ain't waste no time. Read.
And slew on that day. Fourscore.
Fourscore. What's fourscore? 80. Read.
And 5 persons.
He killed 85 priests, man. The Edomites saw his own. The Benjamites wouldn't put their hand on their brothers. They knew the penalty for that. He said, you know what? All right, Doeg, come here, man. He said, man, kill them priests over there. You think your enemy ain't gonna do that? Your enemy, he not already snitch. But this is what your lying get. This is what being a schizophrenic. David around here doing all this stuff, saying all these lies, not only around his brother, but didn't even realize the enemy was right in the court. Listening. Read. The whole time.
The priest.
Read.
And slew on that day 405 persons that did wear a linen ephod.
I want to stop right there. Last precept, give me Isaiah 57. We're going to close. It's time to wake up, Israel, as we close. It's time to change. Stop lying. Stop lying. And David, after this, David wrote another song. After David went through this, David wrote a song. It's in Psalm 34. Read that real quick. We're going to read a small part of it. Go ahead and read that. Read verse 11.
Psalm 34 and 11.
No. Isaiah 57 and 11. Come on, real quick.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 57 and verse 11.
Come on.
And of whom hast thou been afraid?
And of whom hast thou been afraid? This is what this is what Isaiah's written after David did what he did. And of whom hast thou been afraid? Read.
Or feared.
Or feared.
That thou hast lied.
That you have lied. Sometimes fear and lying go hand in hand. When you're afraid, you'll lie. When you don't want nobody to find you out, you'll straight up lie. Right, when you really don't fully trust God, you will lie. David was told by the Most High, you king, man. But he still, in the back of his mind, knew Saul was chasing him. He was afraid, man. Didn't trust the Most High. He started lying in front of the king, the priest. He lied in front of everybody. Didn't fully trust the Most High. He said, of whom hast thou been afraid or feared? Read, that thou hast lied.
That thou hast lied.
Read.
And has not remembered
and
me.
has not remembered me.
Nor laid it to thine heart.
Nor laid to thine heart.
Have not I held my peace, even of old?
Read.
And thou fearest me not?
And thou fearest me not. Last one, give me Psalm 34. This is what David wrote. But there was another hot song he wrote. And let's only read 2 verses of this, and we're going to close it up. Watch what David said. David, he finally put off that schizophrenia mind frame, and he said, I should have did this. Read. 1. Read.
The book of Psalm, chapter 34 and verse 1.
Come on.
A psalm of David in which he changed his behavior before Abimelech.
This is when he changed his behavior. He went nutty. We just read that, right? Read.
Who drove him away and he departed.
Come on.
Verse 1. I will bless the Lord at all times.
I'm going to bless the Lord at all times. Because when he was in front of the priest, he was lying. He wasn't blessing the Most High all the time. Go ahead.
His praise shall continually be in my mouth.
His praise shall continually be in my mouth. Even when I'm afraid, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to bless him. Even in the face of adversity, I'm going to bless him. Even when I'm afraid, I'm doubtful, I'm going to bless him. Read.
Verse 2. My soul shall make her boast in the Lord.
My soul going to make her boast in the Most High. Read.
The humble shall hear thereof and be glad.
Shall hear thereof and what?
And be glad.
Now we all familiar with verse 3. Read it.
Verse 3. Oh, magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together.
Let's exalt his name together. Read verse 4.
Verse 4. I sought the Lord.
After my situation, after I went through what I went through and Saul looking for me, he said, I sought the Lord and what?
And he heard me.
And he heard me. Watch this.
And delivered me from all my fears.
Because the Most High know when you scared. He know when you scared. But when you realize and correct the flaws in your life and you begin to think on the Most High's goodness, you come up with a different mind frame. You know what? I'm not finna be afraid in the face of adversity no more. Even if my life on the line. If he told me I'm going to be a priest, if he told me I'm going to be a king, I'm finna trust him. Forget that schizophrenia stuff. I ain't finna play crazy no more. I ain't finna play crazy. He said, I sought the Lord, he heard me, and he delivered me from all my fears. And we're going to end right there. We're going to end right there. All praise to the Most High. We are I.S.A.A.C, Israelite Saints, all about Christ. We thank y'all for joining us here today. Come on. And I'm Aquayaya.
Shamar.
We got Matt Naha, he's left for a minute. Edges on the 1-2. We got Ox Solomon behind the 1-2. We say from I.S.A.A.C, we say enjoy yourself. We say Shabbat Shalom.